It is Silicone Slap Watch Day here at the ballpark. A beautiful day at Wrigley Field for Chicago Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet. Today, the middle game of a three-game weekend series, the Cubs hosting the New York Mets. Hi again, everyone. Jim Deshaies, Len Casper with you. We're going to get right to the pitching matchup today. Jeremy Hefner for the Mets. It'll be Scott Feldman for the Cubs. Feldman has been in a terrific stretch.
Indeed, he has. A little bumpy early on, but since getting the ball every fifth day, he has really settled in. His first three starts, 0-3 with a high ERA. You note that bottom graphic there. Walks to strikeouts, not good early on. Lately, much, much better. Because of that, he's 3-0 with a .157 over his last four starts.
Matt Harvey was terrific yesterday for the Mets. Jeremy Hefner has been better lately, but you see the Mets have not won yet with him on the mound.
7 starts, 1 time out of the bullpen. The Mets are 0-8 every time Jeremy Hefner has been in a ball game for them. But as Len mentioned, better lately. He's got a 3.33 ERA over his last 4 starts.
Cubs are 2-2 so far on a homestand that will end tomorrow. Coming up, Scott Feldman will try to keep the train rolling. Again, 3 wins, a 157 over his last 4 starts. Game 2 of this series is next.
Find everything you need during Menards Memorial Day sale. Get the best brands, best quality, best price, period, with Dutch Boy Platinum. It's the ultimate in paint technology and has an exclusive no prep, no prime formula for advanced stain blocking. Platinum's one-coat coverage will save you time and money and is the fastest way to a beautiful finish. With a variety of sizes and finishes available, save $7 per gallon and $35 on 5-gallon pails.
Save big money at Menards.
Dish Network can claim what they want, but America consistently chooses DirecTV. For the best television experience, DirecTV beats Dish hands down. But don't just take our word for it. Over the last 3 years, for every customer Dish lost, DirecTV gained 24. In fact, more people chose DirecTV last year than all cable and satellite companies combined. Sorry, Dish. 30 million customers can't be wrong. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
For the supplies you need for everyday living, it's good to know there's Plains Farm and Fleet. For work, for play, or around the home, Farm and Fleet has been the place you can count on for quality name brand products that make things easier and more affordable. Save on this Danby 50-pint dehumidifier. It's $159.99. A Champion Trigger Start pressure washer is $399.99. And Moonray's clear acrylic stake lights are just $399 each. For more than 55 years, great brands, great prices. That's Plains Farm and Fleet.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. BMO Harris Bank, helping money make sense. BMO Harris Bank, NA member FDIC. AT&T Uverse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. Ford. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Maybe the nicest day of the year so far. Not much of a wind, a slight breeze coming in off the lake, but a gorgeous day for Cubs baseball. Game 2 of this series. Mets winning 3-2 yesterday as they were able to hang on late after Matt Harvey gave them the lead with an RBI hit.
And he knew it was going to be a tough day yesterday against Matt Harvey, who's been among the best pitchers in all of baseball so far this year. But the pitching matchups turn in the Cubs' favor today and tomorrow. The way Feldman and Travis Wood have been pitching, the Cubs have a very good chance to win this series. If they do it, it will be their 3rd consecutive series win.
Cubs hold the advantage in the all-time series, but just by 3 games since 1962 when the Mets joined the National League. The Cubs have won 351, the Mets 348. Just waiting for the Cubs to take the field behind right-hander Scott Feldman.
Be a fun day at the ballpark. The weather's great. There's a big spirited group of Met fans out there in left field. ready to get it on.
Now the Mets Southwest starting lineup. They've won their last 2 after losing 6 in a row. Terry Collins pinned this starting 9. Baxter in right with his first start of the series. Murphy, their hottest hitter. David Wright homered yesterday. Ike Davis, you see what he's done at Wrigley Field, but he's been in a major slump lately. Duda, Buck, Ankiel recently signed. Ruben Tejada, the shortstop, and Jeremy Hefner, the pitcher.
Defensively, the Cubs. In the outfield of Soriano, De Jesus, Shearholtz. Third to first, we go Valbuena, Castro, Barney, Rizzo, Wellington, Castillo. Does the catching today for right-hander Scott Feldman. He is our Lexus starting pitcher. 7 starts, 3-3 with a 2.53 ERA. That 2.53 earned run average, good for 10th best in the National League. In May, much better, 1.23 ERA in May. So Feldman has really caught his stride here. Been very, very good at Wrigley Field. Made 1 start against the Mets. That was as a Ranger back in 2008. So the current group of Mets really have had, well, only John Buck has any significant number of at-bats against him. The catcher Buck, 3 out of 13. David Wright, the only other Met player that's ever faced Feldman, should be to his advantage.
That's Manny Gonzalez behind the plate. He is now a full-time Major League umpire. He is the first full-time Major League umpire ever from Venezuela. Born in Caracas, now resides in Florida. Baker, Bellino, and Bell. The Killer Bees on the bases.
The Killer Bees. There's Terry Collins, who used to manage a different group of Killer Bees in Houston a few years back. He's also managed the Angels, and now in his 3rd year with the Mets. Had a good run with the Astros. A number of second-place finishes, could never get over the hump with them.
So the left-handed hitting Mike Baxter gets a start in right, and in the leadoff spot it was Jordani Valdespin yesterday. We are underway. That's a strike on Baxter. He was a terrific pinch hitter for the Mets last year. He's 0 for his last 11 going into action today. Mets have used 6 different leadoff hitters. They've had a revolving door in their outfield as well.
Yeah, just trying to find a winning formula. The outfield has not been very productive as a group. They're hitting .215.
Big right-hander coming back on an 0-2. That's a curveball in the dirt. Feldman 6'7", 230. Turned 30 years old in February. Born in Hawaii, grew up in Northern California. Cubs signed him to a 1-year contract in late November. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good cutter.
Really been a go-to pitch for him. He likes to bury that cutter in on the hands of the left-handed hitters. And has a little tilt to it as well. A little depth on this cut fastball from Feldman. He'll go sinker, cutter, curveball, and a change. Change up more. It's kind of a split finger pitch. Fastball 90 to 92. He's not going to blow you away with mid-90s heat, but his command, his location, and his execution have been outstanding for a good while now.
Murphy with a home run, 1 for 4 yesterday. Bounces one over the mound. It'll be charged by Castro, and it hit the heel of his glove. That should be a hit for Murphy. A similar play to the one Castro could not make yesterday, as he knew he had to hurry.
A tough chance. Certainly a play he's capable of making.
They do give Murphy a hit, so he's now 13 for his last 25 after a dismal stretch. Now the captain, David Wright, big day yesterday. 3 hits, including a home run. He stole a base. He's hit 6 homers this season. They've all come on the road. And the pitch to Wright is a strike. 67 degrees and rising. That soft breeze off the lake should not be a huge factor unless it picks up a little later. And you mentioned those Mets fans out in left center. We've got kind of a college football atmosphere working today, and they were out here early. Foul pop. Rizzo will not have a play. So every time the Mets fans start cheering, Cub fans start booing and cheering in retaliation.
And shout them down.
Well, I like the shirts.
Got the Wrigley
orange.
shirts on. Yeah,
they've got the Wrigley Field logo there. Oldman will check on Murphy.
Where's Waldo?
Oh, wait a minute. Well, that's a good sign that everybody's getting along out there. That's the key.
Hope it looks that way in the 7th inning.
The pitch. Curveball low, 1-2. I like what the Mets have going with their uniforms, kind of back to their classic blue and orange with that gray mixed in on the road. They had added an extra color black to their uniforms maybe 13-14 years ago, but kind of back to that classic look with just the blue and the orange. Murphy runs and right lines one out into the gap. Murphy now just able to locate it, and he'll head to third. Murphy got around second and was craning his neck looking back to where the ball was hit, yet he had a third base coach, Tim Tuffle, who probably would have told him the same thing.
And some guys just don't want to trust that third base coach. They've got to see it for themselves. And he's not looking back into contact, so you get the sense that that was a straight steal there by Murphy. Obviously, Wright wasn't taking a pitch. He was in hack mode.
So here's a struggling Ike Davis. His manager sticking with him in the cleanup spot, despite the fact that he had an 0 for 24 that he just snapped yesterday. You mentioned last year got off to a rough start before eventually recovering. I think the other thing, JD, is just that the Mets don't have a ton of other options right now in the middle of that order.
No, you know, they could hit Davis 7th if they wanted and put Duda in the 4th spot, or John Buck. They've both hit for power this year. But yeah, there's not a lot of plan B's and C's for Terry Collins right now. We're just hoping Davis is able to turn it around like he did last year.
The 0-1 is inside, dropped by Castillo, but no movement from Wright.
Not that Davis had a great year last year, but significantly better from about this point until the end of the year. He went through a similar funk early last year and then got it going, especially in the power department. He still hit for a low average. I think 220 something when all was said and done.
Tied for the National League lead last year with Giancarlo Stanton, 21 road homers.
Ooh, that's a good pitch, Manny. There's this one. Right there.
It's a strike, but the catcher's got to reach. Not often.
Man, look where he's set up.
Call it.
He's looking right at it. Well, we'll give him a pass. It's early. We all make mistakes. Just don't do it again.
That's with an early threat. Back-to-back one-out singles.
He's not a speedy guy. Good double play candidate.
3-1.
Getting that call really changed the nature of that at bat for Feldman. Instead of 1-2, he's working 2-1. Now he tries to throw that cutter in on his hands, hoping that Davis is hacking to get a weak little ground ball. Davis able to lay off. Now he's got to make a very important 3-1 pitch here in the first.
Right takes off for second. Pop fly shallow right. It's going to be caught by Scherholtz. Murphy will hold as Wright had to scamper back to first. So that worked out for Feldman on a 3-1 pitch. He keeps everybody right where they are, 2 down.
A nice job by Scherholtz. You see how he squares up behind this ball. Good strong throw, keeping it low where Rizzo is in position to cut it. That freezes Wright, who had to scramble back to first anyway since he was moving with the pitch. Good outfielder. Trouble with the ball yesterday that proved costly. It's mostly a Sun issue.
Lucas Duda, the left fielder. Wright runs again, and Castillo will not throw. Wright gets his second steal of the weekend.
They don't run a lot. I mean, he's their main guy.
So second and third now, and a 1-0 offering. Cutter in. Talked about Duda's keen eye at the plate yesterday.
Very patient. Not hitting for much average, but he's dangerous. He's hit 8 home runs. That's David Wright's 10th steal in 11 tries.
Fly ball to deep center. DeJesus already to the warning track. He reaches out and makes a grab to save a couple of runs. And then he tosses the ball into a Cubs section.
Well done. Well
the Mets
played.
fans section of the bleachers. Cubs coming up from Wrigley.
What do you think about caffeine? We consume over 2 billion cups of coffee every week without a second thought. 5-Hour Energy has less caffeine than some Starbucks coffees. Plus, it has vitamins and nutrients. It's simple. Caffeine with vitamins and nutrients. It's the combination that makes it so great. Before you make a decision, get the facts. Try a sip and find out why so many people love 5-Hour Energy.
Save up to 70% store-wide at the American Sale Tent Sale. Get umbrellas from $49.99, lounge chairs from $59.99, and replacement patio cushions up to 40% off. Shop now and save on hundreds of patio sets like this Sunrise 10-piece sling set, now just $7.97. Get your pool ready for summer fun with opening kits as low as $19.99. Or enjoy a new pool. A complete pool package is only $16.99. For spectacular savings, selection, and service, shop American Sale, America's #1 home recreation and holiday store.
Looking sharp, Len. Who's the lucky lady?
I'm going to the bank to discuss a mortgage.
See, you need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to LendingTree. I calculate how much home I can afford. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
Everything you need to get a better mortgage. Clothing optional. LendingTree. When banks compete, you win.
Okay.
Awkward.
Mets failed to score in the top of the first. The Cubs will get their first shot at Jeremy Hefner. Here's their Southwest starting lineup. DeJesus, Castro's hitting 7 straight. Rizzo hitting 3rd. Soriano in the cleanup spot. Nate Scherholtz out in right. Luis Valbuena, 3rd game back after the finger injury. Wellington Castillo's hit well during the day and at home. Darwin Barney's had a very good homestand, and Scott Feldman has swung the bat very well this year.
That's defensively. Have Rick Ankiel, newly acquired. He's been with them less than a week. He's in center. Baxter and Duda right and left. David Wright's the third baseman. A couple Gold Gloves on his mantle. Tejada solid at short. Murphy Davis right side. Veteran John Buck pretty solid behind the plate.
It's Jeremy Hefner, 6'4", 216 from Perkins, Oklahoma. 27 years old.
1-4, 461 for Hefner. Home run's been a big problem for him. He's allowed 8 home runs in 41 innings. That's one of the highest home run rates in baseball.
Lefties have fared better than righties against him.
In a big way. Lieutenant batters hitting .350 against him with 6 home runs. Righties just .182. He's got a 4-pitch mix: fastball, slider, curve, and change.
Here's his 0-2, and it's low and in the dirt outside.
Now there's that breakdown.
Buck sliding toward the outside part of the plate. And the sinker is away. I believe Jeremy is related to Hugh Hefner, but man, you'd like to think with that last name, when they go to LA, he's at least invited to the mansion for lunch.
Movie night, maybe.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Good curveball there. One of those guys has to mix it up, hit his spots, change speeds. Despite the losing record lately, he's been pretty good. Off-speed curveball there. He's just a guy who does not swing and miss all that often.
Now Castro has 11 hits during a 7-game hitting streak. Swinging away on the first pitch. Who wants it? Baxter. So 2 quick outs, and it'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. And not to get too personal, but I do wonder if Jeremy has a red velvet robe that he likes to wear around maybe the clubhouse before he starts.
Bounce around with a pipe.
I don't know if you know this. Do you know Hugh Hefner's from Chicago?
You know, I just read a big profile on him in Esquire magazine a while back. I'm sure it was mentioned in there.
That's where it all started. Rizzo missed that pitch by a lot. He hasn't swung and missed that much. No strikeouts in his last 35 at bats, after fanning 33 times in his previous 115 ABs. But he's down now 1-2.
A couple bad swings there at the breaking ball from Hefner. I don't know if he's just guessing fastball or just saw him kind of blinking his eyes there after the first swing and miss.
And a walk to that total. 36 plate appearances without a K. Inside 2-2. There it is. Lined, and a leaping catch by Tejada. That ball was not hit hard, so he had to kind of wait back and time it, which he did perfectly. Scoreless on a gorgeous day on the north side.
Monster waves. Too fast, too scary. Until an ingenious idea changed everything. Tow-in surfing. Courageous thinking. It's how we engineered the Mazda 3. Skyactiv technology gives it 40 highway MPG. This is the Mazda way, and this is the Mazda 3. What do you drive? Now get 1,000 customer cash on the 2013 Mazda 3 with Skyactiv technology.
Get the ultimate garden tool, a Tough Shed storage building or garage available at the Home Depot. Legendary Tough Shed quality and the convenience of the Home Depot. Call, click, or visit, and Tough Shed handles the rest, installing your shed or garage where you want, so you can create the backyard of your dreams. Right now, get 10% off the base price on installed Sundance Series sheds and garages, plus no interest if paid in full within 12 months on Tough Shed purchases of $899 or more.
The Tough Shed Sundance Series, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Technology, it's pretty amazing because it saves things. Like your marriage, sanity, and time. Oh, and money. Technology saves lots of money. Take Esurance, for example. They were born online and built to save people money on car insurance. Yep, technology can do some amazing things, but it can't unhurt feelings. Esurance, insurance for the modern world. Now backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Darwin Barney, part of probably the biggest play in Game 1 yesterday. Our Coors Light freeze can.
David DeJesus with a solid single to right field. Marlon Byrd came up and threw a missile to home plate on the fly. Darwin Barney was pretty much out of options. David Bell sending him with one out, and David could have had a mulligan on that one. He'd like a do-over.
David Bell said after the game, wrong decision. It wasn't close.
And the one thing I haven't seen Darwin's lead or his jump, because you're thinking, I mean, the ball was hit hard, but you're thinking base hit to right field with his speed, and he's not a speed demon, but he runs pretty well. I think it would be closer than it was at home plate. But I think the real key of that whole play was the fact that there's only one out, and you had 2-3 coming up. 2 outs, and you run a guy into an out like that, you think, well, there's 2 outs. Not a bad idea to take a shot. That there's an errant throw or a mishandle. Bird just happened to get off a great throw. Yes, he's pretty modest lead. He doesn't have a lot of momentum going with his secondary lead. Good shot there, good replay. And I'm not saying he would have beat it, but it would have been closer. I think his best option there was the old Harlem Globetrotter thing. Call timeout. Shtick they used to do.
And as you see John Buck at the plate, he's a large man, and Darwin, talking with him today, did not want to pull a Zach Greinke. When you run the catcher over, or at least try to, it's when the ball arrives kind of simultaneously with contact. But as you saw there, Buck was waiting for him. There's really no place to go.
No, and there's some element of self-preservation. Makes a lot of sense to survive to play another day. We saw it with Bryce Harper running into the wall the other day with the Nationals.
Leadoff walk to start the Mets second.
Scott Feldman asking Manny Gonzalez about the location of that pitch. So he feels like he's been squeezed at least a couple of times. And last inning we showed you the replay, and clearly it was a strike. Here again it looks like a pretty good pitch.
Now Ankiel is center fielder as the Cubs shift. Why, they are really shifting. Give you a look here on the right side. Valbuena is actually playing in the hole. Barney is to his right. It would be to our, the left of Valbuena from that shot.
Barney becomes the pivot man on a ground ball to Castro.
Well, I like it. Really thinking out of the box. Throw to first, and Buck able to get his toe in. But you can do this with this alignment because Valbuena is a natural second baseman. I think that certainly affects the Cubs' decision to put him over there instead of Castro.
Yeah, and either way, you keep your double play tandem the same. Ground ball to Valbuena or Barney. Castro's the pivot guy. Ground ball to Castro. Barney's got the pivot.
Well, there has to be a lot of communication here. I mean, Buck's not a guy who's just going to steal a straight steal of second. That's pulled foul. But if he does, and I think I'm trying to remember who it was a couple of years ago on the shift, just slid into second and then kept on running to third.
Yeah, I've seen that happen a time or two as well.
Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count.
So, you know, obviously there's strategic reasons in positioning guys a certain way, because the player has a tendency to hit the ball in a certain direction. There's also the element of getting into a hitter's head. You know, at some point in this at bat, Ankiel looked over there and said, should I push a bunt towards third base? Sometimes you can make a player contemplate something extra, make his mind drift a little bit from the task at hand. It has to work to your advantage.
Buck runs. The 3-2 is fouled straight back.
Well, it's an interesting play by Terry Collins to send Buck there. 3-2, he's counting on ball four or contact for Ankiel, hoping to stay out of a double play. But counting on contact for Ankiel is that's not a given. He strikes out a ton.
Just trying to push some buttons here. Get this offense going. Runner going again, and that one fouled at the plate.
Conversation between Castillo and Feldman as they contemplate how to try to finish off Ankiel here. Rizzo maybe to check in and say, hey, vary your time a little bit. Buck gets such a big jump.
Big news today. Matt Garza will be back in the rotation Tuesday, so that means Carlos Villanueva heads to the bullpen. Buck not running, and Ankiel strikes out. So maybe Terry Collins had an inkling on the third 3-2.
Buck might have looked over after running to second base twice and said, I'm done. Shut it down. Not starting Buck proved to be a wise decision. Would have been a difficult pitch to throw on. Buck's not a real speedy guy. He has 4 stolen bases in his major league career. Being treated like a base stealer.
Tejada, another cold Met offensive player, 9 out of 54 this month. Hitless yesterday. And a called strike.
Manager has to contemplate a lot of things as a game evolves, and one of the things you have to think about is the umpire. What kind of a strike zone does the umpire have? And if the umpire proves to be tight, you've got to be thinking that you're going to be hitting in some favorable counts.
Not hit that hard, and an error by Castro. Well, it's been a tough series for Starlin. It's a third ball he's dropped. This will be the first error. Might have been thinking about a double play before he even was able to handle the ball.
He kind of puts on the brakes here, positions himself to start the double play. Maybe peeking a little bit to find the base runner. I don't know, but clearly a ball you got to handle. I think he's got to come a little harder. He laid back on that ball. Just go ahead and come and get it.
So it's Hefner, and he'll try to bunt both guys into scoring position. Eventually.
This will be right up in his grill here.
It's the curveball, strike one.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised to see the Mets roll the dice here and let Hefner try a little slug bunt with Rizzo playing as aggressively as he is and Buck being the base runner at second, a guy who doesn't run well. There comes a point where a manager says, well, if I try to sacrifice here, it might just be bunting into a force play, maybe even a double play.
Pretty good job right there with Rizzo breathing down his neck. That'll go 2-4 on the sacrifice. The battle for the Crosstown Cup will be decided here in Wrigley Field when the White Sox travel north to play the Cubs Wednesday, May 29th, Thursday, May 30th. Tickets for both afternoon games, including in the Budweiser bleachers, are still available. Visit Cubs.com today to purchase. Baxter with runners at second and third, 2 outs. He struck out to start the contest. Seen this situation a lot for the Cubs. They've committed 34 errors, second most in the majors. Dale has pounded home 2 thoughts. One, it makes a pitcher throw extra pitches. That's the first thing. The second thing is he wants that pitcher to make a pitch, pick up his teammates. So
yeah, there's been a bunch of unearned runs scored with Scott Feldman on the mound. That was a problem early on, and some of it was his own doing. A couple of missed plays. He had to work hard early in his last start and was able to avoid a big crooked number.
So strike, it's 1-1.
So maybe Manny Gonzalez is just going to call the top of the zone and not the bottom of the zone.
Feldman ready, and he throws, and it's a backdoor curve that missed. Well, Johan Santana on June 1st of last year threw the first no-hitter in Mets history. Baxter helped him a lot. Great catch to rob Yadier Molina of a hit, but he ended up on the DL as a result. Displaced right collarbone, a fractured rib cartilage, slamming into the wall. Checked his swing and fouled back, and he missed almost 2 months. But still a great moment for a guy who grew up just minutes away from old Shea Stadium, current Citi Field.
Whitestone, Queens. He was given some kind of a state resolution in this state house, the local senator, for heroic actions during the Johan Santana no-hitter.
I'm sure the injury was worth it. The 2-2 pitch popped him up, shallow left. Castro, who committed that error to extend the inning, makes a grab for the final out. So Feldman does pick up his teammate. A couple of base runners in scoring position without a hit, but they do not score.
Weight loss programs are great, but they can leave you feeling unsatisfied. Give in to temptation with sinfully delicious Slimful Chews. They taste like cheating, but one 90-calorie Slimful Chew in a glass of water can help satisfy hunger for hours, so you get the sweet, chewy treat you crave and stay on your program, too. Slimful and a glass of water. Eating less never tasted so good.
Our inventory is mammoth, and our savings are intense. During Bob's mammoth intense sales event at Bob Rummer's Arlington Acura.
Get 0% APR on all remaining 2013 Acura models. Don't miss these great savings going on now.
Bob Rumman. You owe it to yourself to see us before you buy. Bob Rumman's Arlington Acura in Palatine, just 1 block west of Route 53 on Dundee Road.
Are you a homeowner juggling your mortgage and credit cards, late on your house payments with creditors calling and threatening you? I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Our Chapter 13 plans can give you a lower payment for all debt and help with modification, as little as 10 cents on the dollar for credit cards. Call us for a free phone mini consultation or click on to infotapes.com.
If you're worried about debt, call now to see if you qualify. 1-800-401-4010.
Send us your comments on today's game through Twitter using hashtag CubsTalk. And we will read one back later on in the game. It is our AT&T tweet. Let's take a look around baseball on this Saturday, May 18th. Chris Sale with a win. White Sox playing well. They've won 4 in a row. Paul Goldschmidt with 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 RBIs, and a win at Miami. Justin Upton, his major league leading 14th home run, coming against the Dodgers last night.
Yeah, he kind of gone dormant for a while, but recently starting to hit with power again. It's the nature of it.
That one just softly served foul down the right field line.
Ooh, double scoop of vanilla, please. Soft serve. Sprinkles optional. It'd be nice for the Cubs to put a little pressure on Hefner here. Feldman's had to work awfully hard these first 2 innings.
Two, blown outside. Talking with Alfonso about Matt Harvey yesterday, and he said something, and he had the lone RBI hit for the Cubs against him. Ended up striking out a couple of times later against Harvey. He echoed something you mentioned yesterday. A lot of guys think his changeup is his best pitch.
Well, you know, I think he's one of those guys where if you ask that question to a number of hitters in the National League what his best pitch is, you might get 3 or 4 different answers. I mean, clearly everything is based on his fastball because he throws 97 miles an hour. But his secondary pitches are really good too. The only one yesterday, his slider to me wasn't very good. I don't think he threw very many good sliders, but some nasty yackers, good changeup.
WallStreetJournal.com today with a breakdown of his outing, and they noted that while he normally throws his fastball a lot, that ball will end up in the gap, and it'll send Soriano to second. Now, the Cubs were very aggressive against Harvey in the first inning yesterday, so he really had to throw a lot more of his off-speed pitches, and this really sums it up. This was the final out of the bottom of the 7th yesterday. If you want to know what Matt Harvey throws, this is the hole at bat against Wellington Castile.
96-mile-an-hour heater, 88 change, just nasty to the glove side. Then the curveball that was so effective, and one of the better sliders, just a little tight slide piece off the outside corner to finish him off. But that's an advanced scout's dream right there, to be able to sit behind home plate and see a guy in one sequence his entire repertoire. Good bite on the curve at 83, fastball 96, fill out the book. Let's go get a dog and a cold one. We're done.
Runner at second, nobody out. Good chance here for the Cubs as Sherholtz hits a 2-hopper to second. Soriano will trot to third. Murphy gets the out at first.
Needs to get him over part. Now they need to get him in part. Cash in those leadoff doubles. Getting the double has not been a problem for the Cubs this year. Getting him in has been better lately. Murphy and Tejada in the middle of the diamond, looking into Terry Collins to see where he wants them deployed, and they're going to move in, not all the way in, by halfway.
High for ball one. Luis 1 for 7 since returning to the Cubs lineup after spraining his right pinky finger over the weekend. Inside 2-0. There's sets at the belt. Big leg kick, and it's outside. Castillo's on deck.
Once the count ran 2-0, the middle infielders backed off. Now they're all the way back. Third baseman is still tight. Right. Everybody else are back.
That's a strike as Valbuena thought it was ball 4.
Manny,
so it pitch tracks.
Yeah, we see Manny be a little tight down. Now he's a little generous off that outside edge. You can see why he would think that's a strike, though. The way most umpires set up, they set up inside the catcher, and they're looking across on an angle to see that outside part of the plate.
The Mets middle infielders can set up shop in double play depth with runners at first and third. Valbuena runs. The throw is going to get him caught up in a rundown. Soriano holding for the time being. Still holding. Throw to third. Oh, he got in. So ultimately, nothing happened.
No, well, a whole lot happened, but nothing happened. Oh, that was fun.
You don't even have to put anything in your scorebook.
Yeah, just Valbuena slams on the brakes. He knows he's got no chance. It's kind of fun here. Murphy loses track of where Valbuena was. And then they take a shot at Soriano, headlong back into third base.
Ooh. About as close as it gets. So ready for an 0-1.
That's the kind of play where you're just glad you're doing TV and not radio. You're trying to call that, describe that as it unfolds. Hang with them.
Oh, 2 on Castillo. The pitch would not chase. And he struck him out. That's a big second out for Hefner.
Put the ball out of play. Not a big strikeout guy. Had only 27 in 41 innings coming into this start. Still trying to sort that play out, exactly what was going on with Valbuena. You know, there are times when there's 2 outs and a weak hitter at the plate where you'll run for first base to draw a throw, hope to steal a cheap run. With 1 out, you're not thinking that way. I just think he got a really bad jump, realized he had no chance to beat that play at second base, so slammed on the brakes. Unless it was a busted hit and run play.
1-0 on Barney. Yeah, that's a possibility. Castillo swung and missed on that pitch. On the homestand, Barney 6 out of 14 with 3 extra base hits, 4 runs.
Got away with it, and that's why a lot of managers, old school baseball used to teach on a hit and run play. Well, you don't want to get picked off. The burden's on the hitter to put the ball in place. You don't worry about getting a big lead. Don't worry about getting a big jump. I've talked to a lot of managers that kind of poo-poo that and say, look, in case we get a swing and a miss, get a good lead, get an aggressive jump, go like you're trying to steal the base.
Don't be an automatic out, right, on a swing and a miss. 1-2.
Well, go ahead, You've got your piece of it. He's got his piece of it. Just because he comes up empty, don't put all the burden on him. Go ahead and treat it, especially with a righty on the mound. With a lefty, you're worried about the pickoff move. Maybe you hold a beat before you go. Well, the right-hander on the mound, I think as a base runner there, you should treat it like a straight steal.
Not be a bad opportunity to send Valbuena again with 2 outs and a 1-2 count on Barney. And the Mets thinking the same thing. Already had a dress rehearsal for that play. Pitch popped up, and it'll be the shortstop Tejada to end the inning. Leadoff double by Soriano, but the Cubs do not convert. To the third, scoreless.
Before you know it, tomorrow is here. So we don't just build cars for today, we also build them for tomorrow. The Mitsubishi Outlander Sport Limited Edition, an IIHS top safety pick with advanced all-wheel control and a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty.
Max Matson springs into action with 0% financing for 66 months on new Outlander Sports for cash rebates and discounts of more than $4,000. Max Matson Mitsubishi, Downers Grove, Naperville, Aurora, and MaxMatson.com.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced, or descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Attention roofing contractors. Here's your chance to cash in on GAF Advanced Protection Timberline shingles. Rated #1 in quality by contractors and builders. From May 1st to June 15th, buy 2 pallets of GAF Timberline shingles at the Home Depot and earn a $200 prepaid MasterCard. There's no limit, so start saving today.
Only valid for purchases in Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Ohio, or Wisconsin.
Outdoor living spaces come to life when designed with Unilock products made with Enduracolor. For a free estimate and design consultation, join us online at unilock.com. Unilock, designed to connect.
On Sundays, kids run the bases all season long. Cubs battle the Mets tomorrow at 1:20. After the ball game, the first 1,000 children 13 and younger will have the opportunity to run the bases. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com. Maybe you could even get in a rundown. Get in a pickle.
Oh, we used to play pickle. They had softball games. Kids would get a couple of soda cans, step on them, and put them about 60, 70 feet apart, and then play pickle for hours.
We used to call it hot box too. Amazing how much time you could spend. Get creative. I wonder if they make pickle for any of the gaming consoles. You know, you get your joystick and you just cranking that baby back and forth.
You've just created a new game. 1-1 to Murphy. He singled in the first. Feldman has worked through some traffic as the Mets have stranded 4 through 2 innings. Off the inside edge.
Feldman's thrown a lot of quality pitches here today that he's not getting calls on. Borderline pitches, or in a couple occasions balls that were clearly in the zone. Just have to stay mentally tough. Hey, somebody made a play. That fella right there.
Duly noted. Front row of the upper deck. Well, it's not where Castillo wanted it. He wanted Feldman to throw that pitch down around the ankles. But you make a mistake right now on Daniel Murphy, and he will make you pay.
Man, he is scorching hot. Off-speed pitch. It just stayed up a little bit and stays nicely through the zone with that swing.
So now Wright, he and Murphy have combined to go 3 for 3 early on against Feldman. Mentioned yesterday, Wright named the Mets captain. So I asked him today, where's the C on your jersey? He said, well, we talked about some different possibilities, but I just didn't really want to stand out. That's a very David Wright type move. Happy to be the captain, but he did not want that letter C on the jersey.
A few teams do that. The Cubs have done it in the past. The Yankees most notably. 12 or 13 guys they've made captain over their long history.
Did you have a captain on any of your Astros teams?
No, I never played on a team with a captain. It's really a way of honoring a veteran who's been there a good long while, with, real leader in the clubhouse. Generally, that's the thinking.
I'm pretty sure Paul Konerko is officially the captain of the White Sox. If not officially, he's been the unofficial captain for a while. Jason Varitek comes to mind recently with the Red Sox.
He gets to pick first in the pickup games.
Right.
He's the captain.
1-2 on the way, and a called strike 3. Right, headed to the dugout before Gonzalez called it.
Clearly thinking breaking ball, and can't react to the good Swifty. Gonna go back and check that scouting report and say, well, they told me he would throw me a breaking ball, 1 ball 2 strikes 82% of the time.
There you go. There's a C on the right sleeve. Mark Grace and Sammy Sosa. Don Baylor named 4 co-captains years ago. Murphy got a pretty good jump, but he's going to be out. Castillo gets him.
Can't make a better throw than that. Good look at Castillo, or Castro rather, coming to cover the bag, and the throw right there for him. All he has to do is drop the tag down, and they got their man.
So a 1-0 pitch, and Davis clubs it foul on the right field line.
It's the first caught stealing with Scott Feldman on the mound this year. Base runners had been 8 out of 8. A big Scott out there. Big long right-hander. These guys are typically fairly easy to run on. He gave his catcher a chance, and Castillo made a great throw.
Left field, Soriano racing over. He's got it on the warning track, and the inning is over. Nice throw by Castillo to help out his pitcher. Still 0-0.
Falls are the #1 cause of injury to senior citizens. Acorn Stairlifts has a solution. Just don't fall. Sit, relax, ride with an Acorn Stairlift, the world's leader in stairlifts. Don't let limited mobility keep you from going up and down your stairs, even outside. Call Acorn Stairlifts now for a free information kit and no obligation quote. Why risk falling when you could safely ride?
Our Acorn Stairlift is definitely more affordable than moving.
The Acorn Stairlift has a padded seat and backrest, safety sensors, stop the chair if there are obstacles. The seat swivels and locks so you don't twist your body. And the Acorn Stairlift folds away. It even works through a power shortage.
I was really surprised at how little they cost.
Call 1-800-619-4496 for free information. That number again is 1-800-619-4496. 1-800-619-4496. Call now.
Before you buy, consider your option. The McGrath Lexus Preferred option. Drive a 2013 RX 350 for just $399 a month, or a 2013 Lexus ES 350 for only $389 a month. The McGrath Lexus Preferred option features lower payments, lower upfront costs, a shorter term commitment, and no city tax.
When you do the math, you choose McGrath.
In downtown Chicago and in Westmont.
Hey, get real-time info, including pitcher gas gauge stats and tweets with Cubs in-game live only at CSNChicago.com. It's brought to you by Comcast Business Class. Back to business here. Scott Feldman in his first at bat. It's 2 for 17, but he's had some good swings. Knocked in a couple of runs. Hefner's 0-1 is low and outside. Other early action today. Yankees leading the Blue Jays 3-0. They're in the top of the 4th at Yankee Stadium. Home run for Robinson Cano. Feldman. It's a slow roller to Murphy. One away.
Chicago Cubs baseball summer camps offer children ages 5 to 13 of all abilities the ultimate major league experience for 7 one-week sessions in various Chicago area locations. Join fellow teammates for a week of top-notch baseball instruction, exclusive access, and unforgettable moments. Visit Cubs.com/camps to sign your future Cub up today. Weather turning nice. Thoughts turn to summer vacation, summer camps. Sounds like a lot of fun. And the Yankees put Andy Pettit on the DL today.
There's more injuries for them. First place Cleveland Indians. They go in to today tied with Detroit atop the AL Central, leading Seattle 1-0 in the 3rd. 6-3 winner in 10 innings. Last night, Jason Kipnis, Chicago area native, with a 3-run homer to win it. Kipnis from Northbrook, pride of Glenbrook North High School. It's fouled away off to the left. 0-2 on David DeJesus. Two that time from Hefner. Hefner was taken by the Padres in 07 out of Oral Roberts University in the 10th round. That's got him on waivers from the Pirates prior to last year. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Got David's number here. This afternoon, we talked about the damage left-handed hitters had done against Hefner coming into this start, but DeJesus has now been able to solve him. Working on a curveball last time. This is a slider down and in to get him.
Low for a ball on Castro. Well, I can't say I've ever been to Hefner's hometown of Perkins, Oklahoma. I have been to a Perkins
in
a restaurant. Yeah. No, I haven't even been to a Perkins in Oklahoma. I don't think I've ever passed through the great state of Oklahoma.
If you do, you got to go to Muskogee.
Okay.
Pitched collegiately at Oral Roberts. Where's that, in Tulsa?
That sounds correct. Deep right. And it's caught by Baxter for the out. Well, if you're watching us from Oklahoma, send us a tweet or let us know what we can do there when next time we.
Update your home during Menard's Roofing and Siding Sale. Add an elegant masonry appearance to your home with easy-to-install vinyl siding panels from Novik with a seamless appearance in 6 colors. Stacked stone panels are $15.99 per piece. EPDM Rubber Roofing has a waterproof membrane ideal for flat and low-sloped roofs. A 10 by 20-foot roll is $99. Other sizes, up to 20 by 100-foot rolls, are also on sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Legendary names, personal stories from the boys in the hall,
a father and a son,
and today's stars who dream to join them.
On their calendar every time I'm in town to make sure they come.
See them on boysinthehall.com. Celebrated by Subway, where winners eat.
Tomorrow, it's a wrap for the White Sox road trip as they look to take down Trout, Pujols, and the Angels in Anaheim. Coverage begins at 2 with Subaru pregame live. Don't miss White Sox Angels tomorrow at 2 on Comcast Sportsnet.
This 4th inning is brought to you by the new Cool Ranch Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell. Liv Moss. Menards grounds crew raking the infield dirt as always after the 3rd inning. Scoreless tie here in game 2. Mets winning 3-2 yesterday. Duda, Buck, and Keel for the Mets. Good. Slow curve.
It just keeps clipping along. Under duress early. Kept the Mets off the board.
Feldman's ERA down to 2.36 after 3 innings. Cutter is in. Got to work in your term Feldmania. She used off the air before the game. I like it. We'll see some signs here at the ballpark next time he starts. Feldmania.
Rolling like this.
1-2. So 2 curves each for a strike in this sequence.
The breakdown. His first 3 starts, you know, a little unsettling. You know, first start with the Cubs, and then he had an extra day rest the first time. Then he got hurt and was out for 10 days.
Gliding over is DeJesus. Bring up John Buck. Off to a terrific start. Firestone. Complete Auto Care Extra Mile Index. Leads all major league catchers with 31 RBIs. He's tied for first in home runs as well. I want to say Arancibia.
JP?
Yeah, JP Arancibia, the other catcher with 10 home runs. And no, I didn't think his name was Aaron Sibby. 0-2.
Buck's best home run year. It came in Toronto 2010. He hit 20 bombs that year.
John Buck has hit more home runs than any major leaguer born in the state of Wyoming. I know you were wondering.
That's been a long list.
128.
I think Wyoming.
His career.
Art Howe is from Wyoming. He wasn't a home run hitter.
Mike Devereaux, second on the list with 105. Mike Lansing with 84, and then drops down into single digits. You're right, not a long list.
Oh, so that's right. Art was from Pittsburgh, went to school in Wyoming.
Okay. Yeah, he is not on the list.
Yeah, he's
Tom Browning.
Tommy Browning was born in Wyoming. Yeah, Art played football at Wyoming.
Buena gloves and throws in time. Not a lot of ground ball outs for the sinker baller Feldman so far.
Impressive work he's doing here pitching shutout baseball, despite the fact that I'm sure he would tell you after this game that he feels like it's a really tight strike zone.
We don't want to slight Oklahoma, since we just talked about Jeremy Hefner's home state. Mickey Mantle, the all-time home run leader among Oklahomans. But you've got a lot of Hall of Famers. 3 of the top 4 in home runs from Oklahoma are in the Hall. Mantle, Stargell, Bench. Joe Carter's third. Ankiel breaks his bat as he pops out to the third baseman Valbuena over on the second base side. 0-0 in the fourth.
What do you think about caffeine? We consume over 2 billion cups of coffee every week without a second thought. 5-Hour Energy has less caffeine than some Starbucks coffees. Plus, it has vitamins and nutrients. It's simple. Caffeine with vitamins and nutrients. It's the combination that makes it so great. Before you make a decision, get the facts. Try a sip and find out why so many people love 5-Hour Energy.
monster waves. Too fast, too scary. Until an ingenious idea changed everything. Tow-in surfing. Courageous thinking. It's how we engineered the Mazda 3. Skyactiv technology gives it 40 highway MPG. This is the Mazda way, and this is the Mazda 3. What do you drive? Now get 1,000 customer cash on the 2013 Mazda 3 with Skyactiv technology.
From the creators of South Park,
Trey Parker and Matt Stone,
comes the show that's got people saying,
"Is so good it makes me angry."
The Book of Mormon.
Just won 8,000 Tony Awards, including Best Musical.
Rolling Stone raves. The geniuses of South Park hit Broadway.
I don't know what to say, honestly, except just
keep talking.
Entertainment Weekly calls it the funniest musical of all time. The Book of Mormon, now playing at Chicago's Bank of America Theater.
You are the lords of Broadway!
The Crosstown Cup is coming to Comcast Sportsnet. Get the most in-depth coverage of the city's favorite series right here on CSN as we bring you live to the ballpark for special pregame features and more. And me and Len for Game 1 of Cubs White Sox. The Crosstown Cup, May 27th on Comcast Sportsnet. Should be a lot of fun. I look forward to it.
And a big moment in this Crosstown series last year. The Xfinity high-speed action takes us back 1 year ago today. Kerry Wood, with a final appearance of his major league career, he strikes out Dion Viciedo on a breaking ball. Got a great ovation from a sellout crowd. His son came out to hug him. Now Jamie Quirk made the pitching change because Dale Swaim had been ejected earlier. You see Woody here at the ballpark a lot. Back earlier on this homestand, he was out here at the yard. 1-2 on Anthony Rizzo. Hefner's pitch. Sliders inside. Toward right center. Murphy was shifted over toward the hole on that right side, and Rizzo able to pick up a leadoff single.
It's the second hit for the Cubs this afternoon. Soriano had the leadoff double in the second. They weren't able to cash that in. Albuena walked, and now this single, the only base runners for the Cubs off Hefner. And mentioned he has been pitching better of late. 0-4, high ERA, but he's capable.
Fouled back by Soriano. 376 home runs, currently tied with Carlton Fisk, 69th on the all-time list. Next up, Norm Cash, Jeff Kent for 67th. Be with his next home run. Short lead by Rizzo on the pitch. It's a strike. Dylan G and Travis Wood will go tomorrow to wrap up this series. G 2-5 with a 6.13. Wood 4-2 with a 2.03. Probably way too early to start talking about the All-Star game, but it will be at the Mets home park, Citi Field in New York. Travis Wood is a guy whose name will be very prominent among pitchers if he continues to do what he's done. 2-2.
Been a lot of very good pitching performances so far this year. The pitching numbers really, really good, but Travis Wood takes a backseat to few with his performance so far. Sneak one in on him.
Well, he did. He hit him in the ribs.
He got the in part right. Didn't want to make a mistake and leave it out over the plate, so this runner just keeps on chasing Soriano. A little rip shot. That doesn't feel very good at all.
Good news now, 2 on, nobody out. It's a painful way to reach base, but Soriano looks to be okay. Scherholtz grounded out his first time up. Outside for a ball. Base hit in the left. Rizzo will be held with nobody out by David Bell. They're loaded up for Valbuena.
We've seen a lot of that already from Nate Scherholtz, getting that pitch out away and just pinging it to left field. So 2 for 13 on the homestand prior to that swing of the bat. That's a good approach. Stays right there. He's going to do just fine. Big opportunity now.
Our AT&T UVerse multi-view. There are your base runners. Rizzo the lead man at third, Soriano at second, and behind the pitcher somewhere is Nate Scherholtz. Third ball for ball one.
Looking to turn 2 in the middle of the diamond. They'll gladly trade 2 outs for a run in this situation.
The pitch fouled away.
Grand slam would work. He's had one of those. Settle for a 2-run single.
Cubs have not hit one this year, nor have they allowed a 4-run homer. 1-1 to Valbuena. Good cut. He fouled it back.
They're relying heavily on the fastball here, and Valbuena is a pretty good fastball hitter.
Well, you'd like to get something done in this at bat, because if you don't, then that sets up a potential inning-ending double play. Castillo on deck. High in the air to right. Baxter's got room. Trying to get behind the ball, and 2 runners will advance. It's a sac fly for Valbuena, and a 2 for 1 as Soriano heads to third. 1-0 Cubs.
Show it to you in super slow motion. I'm trying to go down and in with a cutter or a slider similar to the one he got David DeJesus with in the third. Just couldn't get it there. And Valbuena gets it airborne to right. The Cubs have a lead. Winton has bounced into 4 double plays this year. He'll be thinking about trying to stay inside the ball, get it airborne. The sacrifice fly would work just fine right here.
One and one the count.
Maybe coaches will tell a guy in this situation, look middle of the way early. Just try to stay through the ball. Don't roll over on it. Just try to stay through the ball. Hit it in the air with some authority out there towards center, right field. That would get the job done, and that approach would serve you well. Guy hits and throws you a hanger, you could hit it hard.
Baseball Prospectus keeps an updated run expectancy matrix. So far this year, teams have averaged 2.24 runs after the bases were loaded, nobody out. And they get their 2. Castillo with a base hit. Soriano is in. 2-0.
So they're just .44 now below average. 2.44, is that what you said?
2.24.
Well, that was a
quarter of a run.
Breaking ball that stayed up. It was on the outside part of the plate, but it was up in the zone.
We talked about it on our broadcasts this year about that run expectancy, the idea of getting a run, but in terms of how many runs, it's all about outs. The base running situation matters, but it is way more important to get those guys on with nobody out. If the bases were loaded with 2 outs, teams score under a run per inning in that situation. 0.709 this year, but well over 2 with the situation the Cubs just had, and they've been able to convert. Well hit, and coming over will be Ankiel to make the catch. Runners will head back. 2 outs, and it's the pitcher Feldman now with a 2-0 lead to work with.
That's a dapper look. Good swing.
Well, we often talk about the sacrifice bunt, and this season you get a runner on, nobody out. Teams have scored 0.83 runs. With a runner at second and 1 out, it's 0.66 runs. So in other words, you score more runs by just swinging away, not giving up that out for a base.
That's why.
And that usually holds true.
Yeah. Yeah, and that well obviously, once you start giving up outs, the likelihood that you have a big inning goes way down. So you give up that out to move that guy to second base, so the chances of having a big inning go way down. So the bunt really, to me, is it's a pitcher or a real weak hitter,
or late when you just need
a late
one.
Game, 1-run play.
That's deep, and Baxter won't catch it. The Cubs are going to get a couple of runs. Scott Feldman with a 2-run double. 4-0.
Feldmania is alive at Wrigley Field. The big guy comes through again. Who knew? After all those years in the American League that Feldman could swing like this. He had a good rip at that first fastball. He fouled off. This time he goes down and gets it. Breaking down that back leg. That's a good looking swing.
They've broken it open. And their pitching coach heading out. It's Dan Worthen.
That man right there is having some fun playing baseball these days. Getting a chance to swing it, helping himself with the bat. A couple of starts ago, he had his first major league complete game ever.
Oh, for a ball on De Jesus. A big 4-run fourth. Anthony Rizzo said it earlier this week. When our pitchers hit, we win.
Could you hear that in the visiting clubhouse, that meeting? Hey, we got to shut down their pitchers hitting, and then we'll beat this club. Say what?
Two huge hits by starting pitchers in this series. Harvey with a game winner yesterday for the Mets, and Feldman a 2-run double today. No, it doesn't happen all that often. That's what proponents of the DH say. A righty and a lefty up for the Mets.
Marja hit the 2-run home run in his start against the Rockies the other night.
How can you not like a moment like that? Three and one.
There's, you know, obviously the strategic component of it when the pitcher's in the lineup and you have to decide whether to pull him, hit for him, things of that nature. But two, a guy that can handle the bat and has a chance to stand out above other pitchers. That's, to me, there's value in that. Fun part of the game.
Jesus takes a free pass.
Collins trying to get Buck's attention to go out and talk to Hefner. Make sure their guy is ready. Yeah, they're going to go out and talk and likely make the move. And this is the same deal here. Hefner scheduled the bat second in the 5th inning. They are hoping to get him through this inning, but I don't believe that's going to be the case.
How about this one? Not only are the Mets 0-7 when Hefner has started, they are 0-8 the game after a Matt Harvey starting assignment. It feels like he's been their oasis this year. The Mets are 16-23 on the year. Plate ball one on Castro. 9th Cub to bat this inning.
Starlin with a real good swing last time. Deep drive to right field. Baxter was able to run it down.
Hefner's 2-0. Popped into right. This is going to be the 3rd fly out to right for Castro today. But his teammates helped plate 4. 2 of them coming on the Feldman double. It's 4-0 Cubs.
Dunes, desert, or trail, only Razor delivers. Now's the time to buy during the Polaris XP sales event. Take your pick of our new limited edition razors and get financing as low as 2.99%. Save even more with rebates up to $500. Or totally customize your new razor with up to $500 of free Polaris accessories. Razor sharp performance is waiting for you during the Polaris XP sales event.
Let's compare bundles with Dish Network and DirecTV. If you want the best in TV, phone, and internet, then Dish Network simply can't compete because DirecTV partners with the nation's leading providers to deliver a superior bundle for one low price. Combining some of the fastest internet speeds with the world's #1 TV service, DirecTV's bundles leave Dish in the dust. Another reason 30 million people agree. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
Get in front of your best deal at Riverfront Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in the North Aurora Auto Mall.
Looking for a sedan with power, passion, and performance? Check out this new 2013 Dodge Dart. Right now, you can just sign and drive for only $199 a month. No first month's payment, no down payment, no security deposit. We're doing it right.
And we're doing it for you.
At Riverfront Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram or at buyatriverfront.com.
You're watching Comcast Sportsnet, part of the NBC Sports Group.
Qdoba Mexican Grill wants to spread their 3-cheese queso love to the Chicagoland area. Opt into Qdoba's mobile club by texting Q to 50500 and receive free chips and queso. It's 4-0 as Feldman gets ready for the 5th.
He's able to tiptoe around a sticky situation in the first and settle in. He's got the Mets off the board. Now he's got a little room to operate, a little breathing room, and he's got the bottom of the order up to Hada. The 8-hole hitter will get things started. Looks like Marlon Byrd out to pinch hit for Hefner.
Well, whether the Cubs are home or on the road, guided tours of legendary Wrigley Field are available. They include visits to the press box, clubhouses, dugouts, as well as a chance to actually step on the field. This must-see Chicago attraction houses almost 100 years of history. For game days and non-game day schedules, or to book your tour, go to Cubs.com/tours today. Called strike on Tejada. Going outside. So Hefner just 4 innings, 5 hits, and those 4 runs. Out off to the right.
Nice to get this one and then win the series tomorrow before heading off to Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. 2 clubs that are playing good baseball. They're really good in their home ballparks. Collectively 30-14 at home, the Pirates and the Reds.
Up and in on Tejada.
Throw him a front door cutter. A little cutter. The intention is to start kind of towards the hitter and then just kind of hangs on to the inside part of the plate.
Lazy fly center field. De Jesus battling the sun, makes the catch. Time for our AT&T tweet of the game. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Mania.
You're already writing the newspaper's headlines.
Like, not quite Fernando mania when Fernando Valenzuela busted onto the scene as a rookie. Had 8 shutouts, whatever it was when he first came on the scene. But we can get behind Feldmania.
Former Cub Marlon Byrd pinch hitting for Hefner, and a ground ball. It's going to sneak into left. Bring up Baxter. Has struck out and popped to short. So we're going to see a lot of the Mets bullpen coming up. Looks like it'll be Robert Carson in the bottom of this 5th inning.
Hit for a decent average last year in the Mets, not for a whole lot of power. A patient guy, he'll take his walks.
Long run in for Sherholtz. He won't get there in time, and Baxter just snapped an 0 for 13. And the Mets here rallying with 1 out, 2 on for Murphy.
Yeah, tough read there for Marlon Byrd with that little humpback liner in the shallow right. Couldn't afford to go too far and possibly be doubled off first base, but had to go far enough where he could beat the throw to second, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about here. Off the bat, he reads it and then ultimately decides he better get on into second base. Almost made it relatively close.
Murphy already 2 for 2.
That time he gets the knee-high strike call.
Murphy came in 9 games at Wrigley Field, hitting .353. Average going up by the at bat. 0-1. Curve. Close, but he didn't get it.
Still holding it a good long while there, trying to buy a call for his pitcher.
Coming home on a 1-1. Now 1-2. See the Mets coming up next month. Weekend series June 14th through the 16th at Citi Field. Swing and a miss. He got him. His 4th strikeout, 2 outs.
Ball's been a big pitch for him. This outstanding run he's having.
This is the best stretch of his career. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 6 consecutive starts for the first time in his major league career. Not out of the woods yet, and it's David Wright, but first we'll check on Byrd at second. Ball in there.
Right, the type of hitter you're really hesitant to give into, and certainly in this situation, even though it's still just the 5th inning, Mike Davis on deck, who's really struggling. Made 2 quality pitches to get the jump on David Wright. Good breaker to get him started, then a cutter off the outside corner.
Too many empty seats here today. Sun-splashed Saturday afternoon. Cubs leading 4-0. And Feldman's 0-2 to right is high.
Changing the eye level with that high fastball, right? 441 with runners in scoring position. Takes on a lot of responsibility in this lineup, especially with Davis struggling behind him. And so as a pitcher, you want to take advantage of that. You know he's looking to drive in runs here. So see if you can get him to chase. Chase right there. Look out. Way up fastball, way up and out with a cutter. Got him in swing mode right now. Get it in there. It's a pretty good battle here. A pitcher who's really executing his game plan, and a good veteran hitter who's looking to drive in a run and looking to expand his zone to get it done. Hate to make a mistake with the breaking ball here, but maybe a kind of shortened curveball, one you bounce right on home plate. You might be able to finish him off with that.
Oh, got him on a breaking ball way out of the strike zone, and the Mets strand a couple. The Cubs now a chance to add on against the Mets bullpen. Feldman with his 5th strikeout. He's been terrific.
Weight loss programs are great, but they can leave you feeling unsatisfied. Give in to temptation with sinfully delicious Slimful Chews. They taste like cheating, but one 90-calorie Slimful Chew in a glass of water can help satisfy hunger for hours, so you get the sweet, chewy treat you crave and stay on your program, too. Slimful and a glass of water. Eating less never tasted so good.
Stop living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now. I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
That was the best thing I've ever done.
It looks good on me.
Call in the next 5 minutes to get your free brochure at no obligation. It will tell you everything you need to know about your hair loss problem, and it's free if you call now.
I am more pleased than what I had even imagined.
I at least look, I would say, 5 years younger.
I'm 52, and I look better now than I did when I was in my 40s.
I feel great.
And that's not all. The first 100 people who call will also receive $250 off any hair loss solution from Hair Club. Call now.
Left-hander Robert Carson takes over for Hefner, who gave up 4 runs in the 4th inning. And he's facing a left-handed hitter, Anthony Rizzo. Outside, ball 1. Well, good call on that breaking ball, partner. It's exactly what Feldman used to get David Wright. Really chased a bad one.
Yeah, you could tell sometimes when a hitter's just kind of As I said, they get in swing mode.
Deep to right. And gone. A laser beam home run for Rizzo. 5-0.
Home run number 10 for Anthony Rizzo. One of the running themes the first couple of months of the season has been Anthony Rizzo and the work he has done against left-handed pitching. He struggled against him last year, but that was last year. This year, it has not been a problem. This one did not take long to get out of here. Our forward home run replay showing Anthony Rizzo with number 10.
Strike called on Soriano. John Hamer, lifelong Cub fan, celebrating his 47th birthday at the game today. He's with his brother Billy. Happy birthday, John. Right field, Baxter moves a few steps to his left and in. Cheer on the Cubs as they host the Mets tomorrow, May 19th at 1:20 p.m. First 5,000 kids 13 and younger at the game will receive a mini Cubs player figurine. Compliments of Pepsi. Then after the game, the first 1,000 children 13 and younger will have the chance to run the bases. For more info or to purchase tickets, go to Cubs.com.
He qualifies.
Yeah. Nate Scherholtz whacks one out in the center, but it's caught by Ankiel.
That home run allowed by Robert Carson. The 7th home run he's allowed this year. He's pitched now with these 2 flyouts, 9 2/3 innings. Talked about Hefner having a high home run rate. This guy, very difficult time keeping the ball in the yard. Having a hard time keeping the ice cream in the mouth.
Two outs and Valbuena makes a slider low and outside. Kick in the 1-0 pitch. Another slider missed. Cubs hitting for extra base power once again. A couple of doubles and a home run today.
Now, you know, the question that was asked a lot in spring training during the offseason and in the early days of the season, how are the Cubs of 2013 going to be better than 2012? And I think a lot of us thought, well, the starting pitching has a chance to be better. Starting pitching's been really, really good. And the point you made all the time was in a full year of Anthony Rizzo. That's obviously proven to be a difference maker.
Davis can't get it, rolls right up his arm. Murphy can't get Valbuena. That'll be an error on Ike Davis.
It's not going well for Terry Collins and his Mets here today, and Davis just clanks it. Didn't really square up behind it, trusted his hands, and his hands let him down.
Castillo has struck out, knocked in a run, and scored once. Now it was 8th RBI in the 4th.
The cynical fan, and there's probably a few of them watching the game today.
No.
Let's say, wait a minute, Deshays. We're talking about the Cubs being better. They're 17 and 24, and they're 10 games out of first place. But Their run differential coming into play today was only 8. They've only been outscored by 8 runs. If they keep that up, they're going to have a far better year than they did last year.
Well, their Pythagorean one loss is actually a game under 500, 20-21 based on that run differential you mentioned. And it's actually down to -3 with the 5-0 lead in this one. The latest run coming off the bat of Anthony Rizzo, the line shot to right, 5-0.
Monster waves, too fast, too scary, until an ingenious idea changed everything. Tow-in surfing, courageous thinking, it's how we engineered the Mazda 3. Skyactiv technology gives it 40 highway MPG. This is the Mazda way, and this is the Mazda 3. What do you drive? Now get 1,000 customer cash on the 2013 Mazda 3 with Skyactiv technology.
Here's what it all comes down to, 18th hole.
The broadcast can't wait. The fans can't wait. The data of sports demands a new breed of speed. Comcast Business. Ethernet speeds up to 10 gigabits per second. Scales quickly as demand grows on a secure, reliable network.
There it is.
Because business can't wait to be at the top of its game. Don't wait. Call 800-501-6000 today and switch to Comcast Business.
And you won't find a better offer anywhere.
Oh, I smell BS. Hey, does anyone else here smell BS?
Lenny, you can't say.
Bank speak, Len. I'm talking about bank speak. And frankly, he's full of it. At Lending Tree, you can compare up to 5 competitive mortgage offers. You get their rates, their fees, and their customer ratings, instead of just this.
Cut the bank speak. Compare up to 5 offers. At Lending Tree, when banks compete, you win.
It really is an exceptional offer.
There's that smell again.
Cubs 5, Mets no score. We head to the 6th, and let's take a look back at that at-bat. Probably the biggest at-bat from Scott Feldman's perspective on the afternoon. David Wright up there with a couple of men on. Starts him with a curveball in the zone for strike 1, and then a cutter off the edge. He's not giving in, just trying to tease him with 2 outs. Wright up there trying to drive in big runs, and Feldman just does a masterful job moving the ball in, out, up and down, not giving in to Wright, understanding that Wright's paid to drive in runs, and is looking to swing the bat and finishes him off with that good tight curveball down.
Davis leading off here in the 6th. Slow curve at 71 just outside. My good friend Dave Otto will conduct the 7th inning stretch a little bit later on. Tall lefty.
Dave's a member of the All Palindrome team. He and Toby Hara.
Rob Nen.
That enough to make a club?
Yes, they're 3. Mark Salas.
Oh, nice.
2-1. Late break by DeJesus, but he'll have time to get there.
I'd go with Doug Radar, but I know somebody would call me on it.
Close enough. We always have fun with Lucas Duda's last name. The obvious Duda, but I think it's better to go the Harry Carey route. Duda backwards is a dud. Ball 1.
Duda. What do you suppose what ethnicity is reflected in the name Duda?
Do not know. There's a dude. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One and two.
According to the Google machine, the Magyar duda, or Hungarian duda, is the traditional bagpipe of Hungary. Maybe it's Hungarian in origin.
It's 2-2 on him. Buck is on deck.
Here, Duda, name meaning Polish, Ukrainian, Czech, and Slovak.
Base hit.
Let the game interrupt my research on the name Duda. A nickname for a player of the bagpipes. So there you go. Okay. We're going to go with that.
Yeah.
That's one big bagpipe player. He's a big duda dude.
Got a piece of it for strike one.
Mets have to feel like their best chance to get to Feldman was that fifth inning. Two base runners, Murphy, who's been red hot, and then Wright, and he punched them both out. Guys can lose it in a hurry, but if you're in that Met dugout watching Feldman pitch, the way he's been able to execute his game plan here today, and you're probably thinking, well, if we can just scratch a run or two out against him, maybe get something done against the Cubs bullpen. There are times when a starting pitcher looks vulnerable. There are other times where he appears to be in complete control, and right now the latter is the case for Feldman. .94 pitches as he works in the sixth, and now action in the Cubs bullpen.
Two strikes on the Mets catcher, John Buck. On the ground, they'll try to turn it here. 5-4 to 3. That's it. Mets done in the sixth. Still 5-0 Cubs.
Now's the time to buy during American Sales Celebrate Summer Sale. Enjoy big discounts this weekend on swimming pools, hot tubs, patio furniture, and more. Choose from hundreds of pools starting as low as $12.99 and hot tubs as low as $19.99. Plus, enjoy low prices on chemicals, accessories, pool games, and inflatables. Everything you need to have the best summer ever right at home. So for spectacular savings, selection, and award-winning service, shop American Sale, America's #1 home recreation and holiday store.
Great day for a move.
Yeah, you want to help?
Nah, I'm good.
Hey, I still owe you that $500. Yeah, and a lawnmower.
You've got DirecTV.
Yeah.
Call them. They'll hook up your new pad with phone and super fast internet, and you can get that whole home DVR upgrade for free. I just saved you over $500. It's like you owe me now.
DirecTV Movers Deal. Call now to bundle, plus ask how to get NFL Sunday Ticket.
Get in front of your best deal at Riverfront Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in the North Aurora Auto Mall.
Looking for a sedan with power, passion, and performance? Check out this new 2013 Dodge Dart. Right now, you can just sign and drive for only $199 a month. No first month's payment, no down payment, no security deposit.
We're doing it right, and we're doing it for you.
At Riverfront Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram, or at buyAtRiverfront.com.
MLB.com at bat is the #1 source for live baseball everywhere you go. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At Bat delivers Cubs baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, news, highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Cubs.com for details.
All Cubs to this point. We'll try to add on. Leading 5-0.
Yeah, that big orange section out there in left center, they haven't had a whole lot to cheer about.
Been pretty quiet since the first inning. But I bet they're still having a good time because they're at beautiful Wrigley Field.
They are. They're slathered on the sunscreen, enjoying a beverage or two, and watching some hardball. As you can tell, they're pretty quiet. They've been subdued by Feldmania.
Carson's 1-1. Squibbed right back to the pitcher.
Pitcher number 46, Scott Feldman.
Feldman pitching a shutout and a 2-run double in the 4th inning. Hopefully putting this game out of reach. Outside corner at 93. Well located. Mark Reynolds with his 12th home run. Cleveland leading the Mariners 4-0. They're now in the 7th. Zach McAllister's been really good today. Feldman strikes out. Joe Saunders 11 hits allowed and 5 1/3.
Scott Feldman doesn't want to run the bases this time anyway. He's got a comfortable lead. He's got more work to do.
Jesus has struck out twice and walked. Yankees 5, Blue Jays 1 as they go to the bottom of the 7th. What do you know? Robinson Cano with 2 home runs for the Yanks.
Also has 12.
One. Rondon, the righty, Russell, the lefty. And Phillies coming up in about an hour. Bronson Arroyo against Kyle Kendrick. Kendrick at 4-1 with a 247.
Given the injury to Halladay, the struggles of some of the other starters, Kendrick has been huge for the Phils.
Arroyo 3-4 with a 3.76. A fly ball to left. Duda, that win pushing the ball toward the line, makes a catch. The Cubs go down in order. We head off to the 7th. Dave Otto will join us getting set for the stretch. 5-0.
Find everything you need during Menard's Memorial Day sale. Give the exterior of your home a natural look with Mary's River Cedar Siding. 8-inch bevel is 79 cents a linear foot. 6-inch tongue and groove is only 89 cents a linear foot. Speed up your painting and staining projects with Optimus Power Painter Plus from Wagner. It sprays up to 6.6 gallons per hour, providing better coverage and less overspray. Only $75 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
What's the buzz? It can only be roar time at Oak Brook Toyota in Westmont. Roar time means great savings on our huge inventory of new Toyotas.
Lease a brand new 2013 Toyota Corolla LE for just $169 a month, or a brand new Camry LE for only $199 a month.
You owe it to yourself to see us before you buy. Bob Rohrman's Oak Brook Toyota in Westmont, just 5 minutes west of the Tri-State on Ogden Avenue.
Tonight after Blackhawks post-game live, go inside the life of the Hawks' top boss with Inside Look, Rocky Words. Hear about the mentors that shaped his career and what it's like to run one of Chicago's most famous family businesses. Inside Look, Rocky Words tonight after Blackhawks post-game live on Comcast Sportsnet. Scott Feldman into the 7th. Working on a 6-hit shutout. Bring the lefty in, Dave Otto. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Dave Otto's in the house.
How are you guys?
I am outnumbered. The only righty now in the group.
That's right.
Welcome back to Wrigley. Always great to see you.
Oh, good to see you guys. I got to tell you, I've been stopped a number of times. People have asked me, am I Jim Deshaies? Yeah.
Rick Ankiel going against the shift, bunts his way on. The Mets need base runners, and Ankiel did what you're supposed to do. He got on.
Goatee.
Yeah, are you a little taller than JD?
Oh, yeah. He's got me.
Okay, not bad.
Both have flowing locks.
You got to commit, man. You got to go all in.
Yeah, I do.
Or all out.
I'm on my way.
As the case may be. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ruben Tejadas. Feldman nearing 100 pitches. Boy, Dave, he has been so good. Feldman in probably the best stretch of his career.
Well, you know that rhythm. You're a big guy. How important that rhythm is.
There's a pitch. And it's a curve for a strike. That's been a good pitch for him today.
This on an afternoon too, where he's been squeezed a little bit. You know, and that could be frustrating. As you know, you're trying to make pitches, you're getting squeezed, and some guys get a little defeatist mentality and just start throwing over the heart of the plate. He has not done that.
So we saw your good friend Walt Weiss the other day, the first-year manager of the Colorado Rockies.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I do whatever I can to get in people's good graces. And when I met Walt Weiss, once I mentioned your name, I was in. That's all it took. So you guys were teammates.
Yes, we were.
A long time ago.
Yeah, great. He'll be a great manager. There he is so far. I mean, Colorado has gotten off to a decent start. And, you know, it's funny, I was looking down at Terry Collins. I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but he was the bullpen coach for Pittsburgh in '93, and I was a reliever for Pittsburgh that year. And I knew after a particular game that somebody was going to get sent down. And Terry and I used to always walk from the bullpen to the dugout after a game. If you weren't pitching that game, you would walk, and I would always walk with him. We'd always talk. And this particular game, and again, after the game, I knew something was going to happen. I knew somebody was either going to get sent down or released. After the game, I'm walking, and Terry's not walking with me.
Uh-oh. Good.
So
foul. So was it what you thought it was?
It was. It was.
You're looking over. Where's TC? Where are you, man?
Dead man walking.
Oh, man.
So I might holler at him after the game. It's been a while since I've seen him. He's been the skipper for a couple years now. So.
Well, JD tells a story about his final big league appearance, and it came at this very yard.
Dead man walking before he even got to the ballpark. I mean, you know how it is when you're like that loose tooth that's just hanging by a thread, and you know, unless you do something really good, you're going to get yanked. It was we were at the Hyatt on Walker, and I was walking between the two towers. You could see the heat rising off the road. It's like 105 degrees that summer. You knew the wind was blowing out.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, and I'm walking, and I'm thinking to myself, this is your last major league start. I was walking because you're going to get lit up, you're going to get released, and you just don't have the stomach for it anymore. And that's exactly an all played out.
Oh.
There you go.
Look at that. That is Rico Suave with the stash, my friend. Yeah. That is solid.
And I tried to be like Eck back then with the long hair and back.
Yeah. Well, why not?
Yeah. If I couldn't pitch like him, I may as well have the long flowing hair.
Right. That's Jerry Mumfrey used to always say, if you can't look good on the field, look good in the lobby.
2-2 on Tejada. Here it is in the dirt, knocked down, but Castillo kept it out in front of him.
So who was the best manager you ever played for? Do you have a favorite?
Boy, I was very fortunate to play for some really, really good managers. I mean, starting with Tony La Russa was super. Jimmy Leland was terrific. So those are probably two that stand out.
Yeah.
You know, and Mike Hargrove for Cleveland. He had a nice run as a manager for Cleveland. And really, just more than anything, just great leaders. You know, I mean, communicating with guys, before batting practice, running around, out in the outfield.
Sherholtz playing in and really didn't have to move. That's the first out. So you were with the Indians at the old place before they moved in.
Right.
To Jacobs Field. You probably
well, when I pitched
saw a lot of empty seats at Municipal.
Well, when I pitched there, I packed them in. I mean, there were 7,000 or 8,000 there for those games.
I went to a few games there where they announced the attendance at like 27,000, but it held 75, so you still had 40,000 empty seats.
Right. Yeah. Oh man.
Justin Turner, the batter, and it was always cold there, wasn't it? There was way too much shade, even on a nice day. Here's Turner pinch hitting for Carson. I'm sure nothing compared to wearing the Cubs pinstripes, though, pitching for your hometown team.
Wonderful.
It's a strike.
It's funny, there were times where standing on the mound, you would just kind of glance back and look at just everything from the mound and just go, wow, the place is fabulous. Special place when it's blowing in.
Yeah, it's even more special then. I always said the dream for a starting pitcher was to pitch really well the day before you came to Wrigley. So you pitch well, you can come to Chicago, you got the weekend off, you can go to dinner, hang out, and be a fan at Wrigley and watch the game.
Yep.
1-1. Turner missed it. And your first home park was the spacious Coliseum in Oakland with all that foul territory. And that's another pitcher's best friend, too. Huh?
Great place to pitch. And, being around, some of those players back in the late 80s, Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco, it was just one heck of a team. Dave Stewart.
Going outside. Any interesting twists coming up with the stretch? Are you just going to...
I'm just going to what?
Just going to do it like you always do it? Or
right.
I don't know. You've done it many times. I wondered
break out a harmonica or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Take us in a different direction. Got a lot of people helping you. You always know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Turner foul tipped. And he strikes out.
Boy, Feldman is dealing. What is that? Is that a disappeared?
It's going to be it for him. Should get a great ovation. He'll leave leading 5-0.
Yeah.
It's a Honda call to the pen. Dave Otto coming up with a stretch, but first James Russell will come in to get that final out.
I'm just saying, why does the Enterprise get all the good missions?
Here we go. On screen.
I'm very sorry. I think I ran into you.
It's space. You couldn't go around me?
Don't worry. I have Esurance. Their modern tools let me customize my policy.
Are you okay? Because you look a little banged up.
You look pretty jacked up, man.
Yeah.
That's my face.
Oh.
See Star Trek Into Darkness in theaters May 17th. Go to Esurance's Facebook page for a chance at free movie tickets.
It is a Honda call to the pen, and it's a lefty. James Russell. It's interesting. Dave Otto with us. James has had just a few starts at the big league level. Did not go well. He's really taken to being a short reliever. However, when you talk to him, you still get the feeling that at some point he'd like that chance to start again.
You know, I was a guy that always bounced between relieving and starting. You get that relieving down and starting, you know, that can happen. It seems like you're in a little more relaxed state. I mean, you're coming in as a reliever, man. You know, it's game on.
Swing and a miss by Baxter.
And Russell's a guy, because of the off-speed stuff, you know, he competes well against right-handed hitters as well as lefties, so you could see where he would fit as a starting pitcher, and maybe he has a sense in his own mind of unfinished business.
A good change-up away. And
not that the Cubs didn't miss Sean Marshall last year, but he really did step in. They needed a lefty to step up after Marshall had that great stretch with the Cubs.
Well, and speaking of Marshall, in that trade, Travis Wood has been. My.
Yeah, it's only mid-May, but we're already talking about the All-Star game, and just off to a great start, and he will pitch tomorrow. Here's the 0-2 on the ground. Barney will flip. Dave Otto coming up with the stretch.
Today's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, former Cubs pitcher Dave Otto.
All right, Cub fans, let me hear ya. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2 at the old ball game. Let's get some more runs.
What do you think about caffeine? We consume over 2 billion cups of coffee every week without a second thought. 5-Hour Energy has less caffeine than some Starbucks coffees. Plus, it has vitamins and nutrients. It's simple. Caffeine with vitamins and nutrients. It's the combination that makes it so great. Before you make a decision, get the facts. Try a sip and find out why so many people love 5-Hour Energy.
The GMC Terrain. Color touch sound system. Bluetooth connectivity.
Call Jen.
This is Smart. OnStar app ready. The 2013 GMC Terrain. Over 100 standard features that make you more capable. That's professional grade.
Celebrate Memorial Day and lease this 2013 GMC Terrain SLE for around $199 per month.
Looking sharp, Len. Who's the lucky lady?
I'm going to the bank to discuss a mortgage.
See, you need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to LendingTree. I calculate how much home I can afford. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
Everything you need to get a better mortgage. Clothing optional. LendingTree. When banks compete, you win.
Okay. Awkward.
Stay tuned after our Cubs coverage for Blackhawks postgame live. Pat Boyle and Steve Conroy will interview players live from the locker room and take you to hear from Coach Q himself. Don't miss Blackhawks postgame live presented by Hawk Ford tonight, right after Cubs postgame live on Comcast Sportsnet.
Great job by Dave Otto. Always great to see him here at the ballpark. And a fun one today as the Cubs lead 5-0. New pitcher is Colin McHugh. A called strike on Castro.
He's supposed to pitch before Hefner. So you have McHugh Hefner. Didn't work out that way.
No, it didn't. Swing and a miss, 0-2. A wind and the 0-2. He got him. And a pretty good curveball.
0-for-4 day for Castro. Yeah, good tight breaking ball there to finish him off.
Here's Rizzo. He's had 3 good at bats. Lined to short in the first, singled in the fourth, and homered in the fifth off a lefty. On the ground at Davis. He had to look that one in. And we'll go 3-1. Does make you wonder after a certain point if Ike Davis's struggles on offense are affecting his defense.
I would think that, you know, when you're going through the turmoil that he is at the plate, just to, you know, your head starts to spin a little bit and the concentration could waver a little bit in the field.
Soriano with 2 outs. McHugh was born in Naperville, Illinois. Went to high school in Lilburn, Georgia. And then Barry College. And a quick 1-2-3 for him in the 7th. We'll go to the 8th. 5-0 Cubs.
Get the ultimate garden tool, a Tough Shed storage building or garage available at the Home Depot. Legendary Tough Shed quality and the convenience of the Home Depot. Call, click, or visit and Tough Shed handles the rest, installing your shed or garage where you want so you can create the backyard of your dreams. Right now, get 10% off the base price on installed Sundance Series sheds and garages, plus no interest if paid in full within 12 months on Tough Shed purchases of $899 or more.
The Tough Shed Sundance Series, exclusively at the Home Depot.
Kind to all of your neighbors. Be kind to all of your neighbors. 'Cause they're just like you. It's just like you.
Somewhere within each of us is an adventurous spirit just waiting to hit the road. And when summer arrives, we answer the call. Bound for scenic landscapes, powder blue skies, or white sand. With ASE certified technicians nationwide, Pep Boys will get you road trip ready. Buy 1 tire for as low as $39.98, or buy 3 tires and get the 4th free. From minor service to major repairs, Pep Boys is the official pit crew of the summer road trip.
Chicago Cubs strongly encourage the use of public transportation. The CTA Red Line stops directly at Wrigley Field at the Addison station. For drivers, DeVry University offers remote parking and bus service for $6. Or try riding your bike and use the Cubs courtesy bike check sponsored by World Bicycle Relief. That's located on Waveland near the corner of Clark. For details, visit Cubs.com or call the CTA hotline.
Eighth inning, Russell will continue on. He got the final out of the 7th. And Murphy pops into short left, and it'll be Soriano on the move. Well, what more can you say about Scott Feldman today, partner? 6 2/3, no runs.
Again, control outstanding. He issued 1 walk, struck out 6 through 109 pitches.
I believe all the hits were singles too. Yep. 7 singles. That's it.
Yeah, there was not a lot of hard contact from the Met hitters today off of Feldman. A couple of those singles relatively soft. 1 infield hit, a little flare to right by Baxter. Scott came into the start with a 1.77 ERA here at Wrigley.
And I don't believe he had ever stepped foot inside Wrigley Field prior to the home opener. So I'm assuming he likes it a lot.
Yeah, he's settled in nicely, hasn't he? Into his new digs. Kind of the counter to Edwin Jackson, who has really struggled here in his career and has not pitched particularly well here yet this year. He was good yesterday, though. Edwin suffered a loss, but he pitched well. 6 2/3, 7 hits, 3 runs. He walked only 1 in that game.
Caught by Rizzo. Pretty quiet day for Wright. 1 out of 4. Now Davis, who's 0 for 3. A nice note from my good buddy, a great comedian. Make sure you check him out in town. Mike Toomey, talking about the on-deck hitter earlier in the game, Lucas Duda. Where his ancestors might be from, and Mike says, I did some research. It appears he is originally from Camptown. Yeah, that's a good one. Larry Pressey played that song a little earlier. Duda came up. Davis with a ground ball to Rizzo, and James Russell facing 4 batters, retiring all of them. Midway in the 8th, 5-0 Cubs.
It was a rarity, especially here on the south side. The whole family, Cubs fans, sometimes we're outnumbered, but we stay strong. What better way to show my love and appreciation for all the good times I've had, you know, being a Cubs fan. I want to show off how much I love the Cubs. This is me. This is how I do it. The Cubs win the World Series. I'm going to get the tattoo of the trophy on my left forearm, maybe even the chrome on my head. It's going somewhere. Some people have been like, you're insane. No, I love the Cubs.
Great day for a move.
Yeah, you want to help?
Nah, I'm good.
Hey, I still owe you that $500. Yeah, and a lawnmower.
You've got DirecTV.
Yeah.
Call them. They'll hook up your new pad with phone and super fast internet, and you can get that whole home DVR upgrade for free. I just saved you over $500. It's like you owe me now.
The Movers Deal. Call now to bundle, plus get our most advanced DVR upgrade for free.
Clay Guida, MMA superstar, is making a big announcement.
The rumors are true. I'm teaming up with Curry Ford.
Wait. Why Curry Ford?
Curry Ford is a price fighter. Just like me, they're knocking out the competition.
Wait. So you're fighting high prices?
We're fighting to get you the best deal.
Wait.
What if I've already got a good price?
Bring us your best price. We'll knock the price down so low, it can't get up.
Curry Ford on Lincoln Highway in Frankfort, the undisputed price fighter. Call 866-YES-FORD for a knockout deal.
5-0, the Cubs have the lead, trying to even up this series and have a shot at a 4-2 homestand. And Tuesday, the Cubs hit the road for the Steel City. Tune in for a division showdown at PNC Park. Matt Garza will make his season debut against Andrew McCutchen and the Pirates. Cubs and Pirates at 6. That's Tuesday night on Comcast Sportsnet. So Garza will make his first start since July 21st of last year at St. Louis. Season ended because of elbow issues. Then the lat injury, putting him on the DL to start this season. Cubs took maybe some extra time just to make sure that he was ready to go, and I think everybody's excited that he will be back on the mound Tuesday night.
Threw a bullpen earlier today, coming off that outstanding rehab start with Iowa the other day. So all systems go for Garza. Carlos Villanueva will join the bullpen.
Carlos handled it like a pro, according to his manager. He's done it before. And Dale basically says that Carlos will pitch in just about any situation. It won't just be as a long man, as Scherholtz hits one high and deep to right and gone. 6-0. Second homer of the day for the Cubs.
Number 5 for Scherholtz. He really enjoys hitting at Wrigley Field. His fastball, thigh high, middle end. He got it. That's your Ford home run replay, and we'll show you one more time in slow-mo as he gets the head out in front.
Just to finish up, Villanueva's not just going to pitch in blowouts when the starter can't get out of the third inning. It may be necessary at times, but Dale's going to use him in just about any situation.
Yeah, he really has a lot of value, being that he's stretched out. He can come in early in a game and give you 3 or 4 innings out of that bullpen if need be. But I think Dale wants to take a look at him in some later game situations as well.
In the center, and Yankees has to play it on the hop. So Valbuena with a base hit. By the way, Carlos did shave the mustache the other day, so he'll have a little bit of a different look as a reliever, but he's done it a lot and has had success.
Yeah, and he's thrown the ball so well this year. Not quite as well in his last couple of starts, but overall he's pitched very well. So you don't want to just relegate him to the back of the bullpen, long man mop up type role. You want to see how he can contribute. And what I love about him, and he said it way back in spring training when this was being discussed, he was like, hey, I don't worry about what my role is. I'm a pitcher. They tell me to pitch, I pitch.
Sharply hit on the ground. Diving stop, Tejada. They get 1. They get 2.
Wow.
That's as good a double play turn as you'll see.
Wow. That's all I can say over and over again. Wow. Incredible play by Ruben Tejada. Slick fielding shortstop for the Mets. Reminds you of Ray Ordonez from years gone by. This is just an unbelievable play, and then they managed to get the turn as well. Murphy up and over.
Not much has gone right for the Mets, but that's a beauty. Ball one on Darwin Barney, who was out here early working on some defensive drills. As his manager said, seems like the Gold Glovers outwork everybody, and even after they win the award they still continue to work, because defense is about work. Obviously there's hand-eye coordination, there are skills that you're just born with, but Darwin had a great Vine Line quote. He said, you get more satisfaction out of defense because it is work. Hitting, you get on streaks, it's flow and sometimes a team thing, but defense, it's something you spend a lot of hours sweating and working on.
And I think most guys think BP is fun. Just hitting is fun, getting in the cage and taking some swings. And so with only so much time in the day, position players tend to focus more on doing that, swinging and worrying about their hitting.
Punched out in the shallow right center. Ankiel will have to pull up because Murphy was there and so was Baxter, and that had collision written all over it.
Looked like an 0 for 4 day, turns into a 1 out of 4 for Darwin. This little blooper falls in for him.
Ankiel would have considered diving for it, but there were just too many teammates around him. Ryan Sweeney bats for Russell. Ankiel will have to chase this one down. Barney to third. He'll be held there. It's a double for Sweeney.
Ryan Sweeney wastes no time, jumps on that first pitch he sees. First one he likes is a good one and a good swing. Able to cut it off. Saves a run for now.
It's the fourth hit of this inning. Home run, 2 singles and a double. So McHugh, who needed just 7 pitches to work a 1-2-3-7, scuffling here in the 8th. Swing and a miss. Like a changeup.
Good one. He had a cup of coffee with the Mets last year. Made a few starts, also a handful of appearances out of the pen.
Two and one. Cubs leading 6-0 in the 8th. Like Hector Rondon will be given a chance to finish it off in the 9th. Buck will go out and talk it over with his pitcher. Castro's on deck. First base open. It's over in New York. Yankees 7, Blue Jays 2, the final. The Mariners with 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th have tied the Indians. Ibanez, Smoke, and Ryan with home runs. 4-4, top of the 9th in Cleveland.
Ibanez, what, 7 or 8 home runs?
He's got 8 now at that big night at Yankee Stadium the other night. So he has connected 4 times over the last 4 days. Check that. 5 times over the last 5 days. And he's hit 6 in the last 8 games.
Might better pitch around Raul.
Check that. 6 homers his last 7 games, including today. 3-2 on DeJesus. 2nd and 3rd with a run in. And a pop in a shallow right. Murphy can't catch it. 2 more in. 8-0. A looping fly ball that Murphy just could not get to.
Barney hit that little blooper. Now DeJesus with one of his own. Cubs playing add-on big time here this afternoon. He's the only guy in the starting lineup now who doesn't have a hit.
Last chance to extend his hit streak to 8. Big crowd of 38,766 has enjoyed it, except for one section in left center.
And to their credit, most of them have stayed for the entire ball game, despite the fact that their team's getting whacked.
Backup slider caught the edge of the inside. 1-1.
Not that I'm a front runner or anything, but if I were out there in orange, I would have had a reversible shirt on that was blue on the other side.
That's kind of the definition of a front runner. Baxter the catch, inning over. 3 more for the Cubs. So it's 8-0 as we go to the 9th.
Monster waves. Too fast, too scary. Until an ingenious idea changed everything. Tow-in surfing. Courageous thinking. It's how we engineered the Mazda 3. Skyactiv technology gives it 40 highway MPG. This is the Mazda way, and this is the Mazda 3. What do you drive? Now get 1,000 customer cash on the 2013 Mazda 3 with Skyactiv technology.
Tomorrow, it's a wrap for the White Sox road trip as they look to take down Trout, Pujols, and the Angels in Anaheim. Coverage begins at 2 with Subaru pregame live. Don't miss White Sox Angels tomorrow at 2 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Legendary names, personal stories from the boys in the hall, and today's stars who dream to join them.
I can't say I ever set individual expectations. You know, I always wanted to be the best.
See them on boysinthehall.com. Celebrated by Subway, where winners eat.
All Cubs this afternoon. They lead the Mets 8-0 as we head to the top half of the 9th inning. We'll look at our Avis super slow-mo replay. We're going to show you a couple of long balls. A lot of hits for the Cubs today. 2 have left the yard. Anthony Rizzo picking on another left-hander. It's Robert Carson. Tried to sneak one by him. And then Nate Shearholtz hitting his 5th. A good day for the Cub hitters. Rizzo and Shearholtz with home runs. Everybody in the Cubs lineup contributing with at least 1 hit today, except for Starlin Castro.
So Rondon on the mound. Ryan Sweeney also playing left. Soriano done. Up to Hector today, the rookie, a Rule 5 pick, and he reiterated what every pitcher comes up to the big leagues for the first time says about the biggest difference. So you can't make mistakes up here. You can make mistakes in the minors and get away with it, but not at this level.
Not to the degree. It's a percentage game. You get away with some up here, but far fewer at the big league level than you do down in the minor leagues.
Rondon trying to finish his 4th game of the season. Well, Mets fans, it's like they're just rooting for their team to break up the shutout. Jesus with the sunglasses on. 1 down. Check out the Audi Legends Suite on the new Veen Investments Suite level. Watch the game with a former Cub and listen to classic stories about life as a Cub. With a luxury food and beverage package and a unique gift for each guest, the Audi Legends Suite is the most exclusive way to watch a Cubs game. For more information, visit Cubs.com/suites. Buck 0 for 2 with a walk, make it 1 for 3 with a walk. Rick Ankiel.
Just a little bunt single against the shift last time up. Down 8 runs. He's just looking to have a good AB. Hit it hard somewhere. Decision to bunt last time has not influenced the Cubs' strategy here this time. They kept the same shift on.
One and two. It's got a piece of it.
Interesting the way they're deployed over there on the right side. A lot of times with that 3 men on the right side, the second baseman or whoever's playing that spot will play deep.
That's trouble, and it is gone. So the Cubs, looking for their first shutout of the year, will not get it. Ankiel with a 2-run homer.
No sooner do I say deep than he goes deep and gives That Met cheering section, something to cheer about today. That breaking ball in the strike zone. 2 strikes on the hitter. You're asking for trouble. One he'd like to have back, especially with a guy like Ankiel who swings and misses so much. You bury that one down in the dirt. Good chance he'll chase.
Lined to Barney. Tejada's out, 2 down. Jordani Valdespin will bat for Tejada, rather in the pitcher spot. Fans getting on their feet. And a strike. Ground ball to first. Rizzo unassisted. Cubs win. Another great performance by Scott Feldman. The offense did its job today, and the Cubs beat the Mets 8-2.
Yeah, good solid win. Well played, all facets of the game. Feldman leading the way with his arm and his bat, but plenty of contributors in this one this afternoon.
Our GMC professional grade player of the game, Scott Feldman, 4-0 over his last 5 starts.
6 2/3 inning of 7-hit shutout baseball today. 1 walk, 6 punch-outs, 1 2-run double. Feldmania.
It's taking over the town. Great job today, JD, and for my partner and our wonderful crew here at Wrigley Field. I'm Len Casper. The final score: the Cubs 8, the Mets 2. Tuesday night, 6 o'clock, Cubs and the Pirates. Matt Garza will make his season debut here on CSN. We are not done yet. Coming up next, Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs host Game Live.
Find everything you need during Menards Memorial Day sale. Maintain a clean and clear pool all season long with Utichem Pool Chemicals. These mini 1-inch chlorinating tablets dissolve slowly to prevent the growth of bacteria. Right now, just $39.99 for a 15-pound pail. Protect your family with Hot Shot Wasp and Hornet Spray. Its jet spray shoots up to 27 feet and stops wasps and hornets on contact. Get 2 14-ounce cans for $3.
Save big money at Menards.
What do you think about caffeine? We consume over 2 billion cups of coffee every week without a second thought. 5-Hour Energy has less caffeine than some Starbucks coffees. Plus, it has vitamins and nutrients. It's simple. Caffeine with vitamins and nutrients. It's the combination that makes it so great. Before you make a decision, get the facts. Try a sip and find out why so many people love 5-Hour Energy.
Do you feel trapped by your credit cards? $25,000 in balance now means your minimum payment could be $1,000 a month. Be late, and there go the late charges. I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Consider eliminating with Chapter 7 or no interest repayment under Chapter 13. Call us for a free phone mini consultation or log on to infotapes.com.
If you're worried about debt, call now to see if you qualify. 1-800-401-4010.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online, only at southwest.com. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. AT&T, rethink possible. Xfinity Home, your total home security and home control solution. Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Audi, truth in engineering.
Hi, I'm Patrick Kane, and you're watching the home of Blackhawks hockey, Comcast Sportsnet.
Hi, everyone. I'm Luke Stuckmeyer along with Jen Latta. Welcome to Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC. The Blackhawks figured the Wings would play better in Game 2.
And that's exactly what happened as Detroit steals one on enemy ice to send the series back to Motown tied.
We just got to be scrappier. We got to find a way to get through that stuff.
The White Sox bats erupt in Anaheim.
A 3-run shot off the bat of Hector Jimenez.
But could their pitching bring home a win?
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good cutter.
And one Cubs starter stakes his claim to a spot in the rotation. We are off and running on Sportsnet Central. Let's go.
This is Sportsnet Central, presented by GMC.
Here we go, Game 2, Hawks and Wings, early matinee at the Madhouse with Detroit trying to even up the series today. Corey Crawford was busy in the first period. 12 minutes in, Hawks on a power play here, but Nicholas Chalmerson gets a blowout and shorthanded chance. Corey Emerson, but Crawford, the big save. He made 12 stops in the first period alone. 6 minutes left in the first. Patrick Sharp takes the puck.
Smith walked back on by Patrick Sharp. Bennett across its block, side of the net, score!
And here's why that happened. Patrick Sharp lifting the stick of Brendan Smith goes the other way, and Kane scoring his first goal of the playoffs. It's 1-0 Blackhawks. Fast forward to the second period now. 2.5 minutes in. Jakob Kindl launches the long shot, deflected in front by Damian Brunner, past Crawford, and the Wings tied up at 1 apiece. Then 9 minutes left in the second. Crawford comes through again.
This is Cleary bringing it on, let it across Zetterberg, a shot, save, rebound. Oh, and that one wouldn't go. Crawford with 2 remarkable stops.
Crow stops Henrik Zetterberg and Daniel Cleary back-to-back. He had 26 saves in the game. But then 4 minutes left in the period. Zetterberg beats Chalmerson to the puck and feeds Smith for the tap-in goal. No chance for Crawford there. 2-1 Red Wings. Smith was all alone on the other side of the ice. The Hawks just forgot about him. He skates in and easily scores his second goal of the postseason. Here we go, third period, less than 8 minutes in. Jonathan Eriksson with a lead pass to Johan Franzen, and he goes over the shoulder. Crawford, 3-1, Red Wings, that really hurt. Hawks try to fight back. Jonathan Toews with a great chance, but Jimmy Howard stones him. He had 19 saves. 8 minutes to go. Zetterberg skating in. And he drops it down to Valtteri Filppula, who scores the backhander. Make it 4-1. The extra effort by Filppula. Wings score 4 unanswered. They beat the Hawks 4-1, and the series is tied at 1.
Across the board, we should all assume some responsibility that we have to be much better than that. I thought our game was way off as far as the pace that was needed, and we weren't smart in some certain areas.
We were in this game for most of it. I think that third one kind of killed us a little bit. But for the most part, we were in that hockey game, and maybe we get a good bounce, and it's 2-2. But whatever, we can't think about that. It's they won the game. They outplayed us a little bit, and they played well. But I don't think it was that bad a game. We were still in it.
Coming up, more post-game reaction from the Madhouse on Madison. Chris Bowden will explain how the Red Wings were able to turn the tide in Game 2 today. And we want you to get interactive with the show on Twitter. What concerns you most about the Blackhawks loss, if anything? Use hashtag HawksTalk, and we'll have some of your answers coming up later in this show.
White Sox pitcher John Danks went through another rehab start tonight for AAA Charlotte, and he could return to the big leagues club by next weekend. Hector Santiago is one of the guys who could be out of the rotation when Danks returns, and his recent resume isn't stellar. Santiago gave up 6 runs, 3 earned in a short outing against the Twins. But back on the hill today as the Sox look to extend their season-high win streak to 5. Alex Rios on a hot streak, and he would deliver early on. Top of the first with a man on. Drops a single. Gotta love it. Career-high hitting streak at 13 games, but the Sox would come up empty in that inning. Top of the 4th now, 2 on for Alexi Ramirez. And this isn't good. He gets beaned by the Joe Blanton offering. That loads the bases, though, so that's good. Alexi not happy about it. He has some words for the pitcher on his way. Next batter, Rios. He stays hot. Chopper off the glove of Alberto Calaspo. 2 runs would come in to score. Rios moves to second, and the Sox were up 2-0. Next batter, Adam Dunn. He's been on. He slices it into right. 2 more runs would cross the plate. 4-0 Sox, but Dunn would leave the game with back spasms. More on that in a minute. Bottom of the inning, Mark Trumbo unloading on Santiago. Way back for the solo shot. It cuts the lead to 3. Santiago was still in trouble here. He gave up back-to-back walks to load the bases and then a free pass to Shuck. Calaspo comes in to score. It's now 4-2, and that was the end of the day for Santiago. He only lasted 3 1/3 innings. Bottom of the 5th now, Nate Jones in on relief. Angels within 1. Mark Trumbo gets this one to the right center field. Albert Pujols coming around to score. That ties this game at 4. All right, 7th inning now. Halos up 1, 2 on for Calaspo. He jacks this one all the way to left. The Angels extend the lead 4 runs. They'd add 2 more later in the inning. 10 unanswered runs. Next inning for the Sox, and they're on the comeback trail, down 4. Jimenez sends this one to the seats in center. It's a 3-run shot by the backup catcher who went 4 for 5 on the day. The Sox trailed by just a run. What a rally, right? But it comes up just short. The Sox lose this one 12-9. Dunn is now listed as day-to-day, and he talked about his injury after the game.
I never really had muscle spasms before, so I didn't really know what it was. But anyway, Paul hit that ball and almost fell down right in a second. But what I was really worried about was defense. I couldn't, go down. It wasn't too bad going side to side, but going down to get a ground ball, that would have been pretty tough.
I don't know exactly when he did it, but we were watching at first. He couldn't move around very well, and then when he came in, he just wasn't moving around too good. So he did something lower back, just tightened up on him. So had to take him out.
The red line. I've heard so much about it over the last 20 years. I've never tried it. I want to figure out what all the fuss is about. I heard there's a lot of fuss about taking the red line over to the ballpark. I want to figure out what's going on.
Frank Thomas riding the L? Are you kidding? It really did happen. We put the Big Hurt on the red line to U.S. Cellular Field. It was his first time ever riding the train. See how the future Hall of Famer fared on the next installment of Big Hurt TV tomorrow on White Sox pregame live at 2 p.m. Let's look around the AL Central. Mariners in Cleveland battling the Indians. Top of 9, Tribe up 2. Raul Ibanez at the dish, leaning into that one. It's a solo shot to right field, and it hits the camera guy. Nice accuracy. Seattle wasn't done, though. Next batter, Justin Smoke. Blasts this one deep to center field. Back-to-back jacks for Seattle. Suddenly, this game was tied at 4. Bottom of the 9th now, bases loaded for Mark Reynolds. Soft grounder to short. Mariners throw home. Jason Kipnis is safe. Jesus Montero didn't have his foot on the plate there. Unfortunate. Indians win 5-4. 3 in a row now for the Tribe. So let's take a look around the AL Central standings. It's a pretty tight group, the Tribe on top, but check out the Tigers chasing them just a half game back. Amazingly, the White Sox are just a few games under 500, but pulling up the rear in that highly competitive division.
Starting pitching has been the Cubs' strength so far. Now Matt Garza gets added to the mix. He'll finally make his first start for the Cubs this season. That's Tuesday in Pittsburgh, and the Cubs say Garza is going to be on a pitch count of about 85 to 90 against the Pirates.
It was tough, but I had my family and my wife and kids there the whole time to help me through it. So it was a grind mentally, physically, and I could do anything, but the mental part was the tough part. It was one setback after another, and then it's like, man, just keep going, keep going. There's a prize at the end. So, I'm just happy I'm here at the end of it, and just can't wait till Tuesday. I'm excited and just happy I don't have to go rehab again. This actually means something. So, I can't wait. It's been 10 months in the making. So I'm excited to get back out there.
Garza back. Villanueva goes to the bullpen. Feldman stays in the rotation. He has 3 wins in his last 4 outings entering today, and gets David Wright there, striking out in the 3rd inning. Bottom of the 4th, Cubs offense comes alive today. Bases loaded. Luis Valbuena does his job with this sac fly to right field. Anthony Rizzo comes home to score, and the Cubs with their first run of the game. Next up is Wellington Castillo, and he shoots one through the left side. Alfonso Soriano comes home, and the Cubs now lead at 2. Then, after a Barney lineout, here comes Feldman.
That's deep, and Baxter won't catch it. The Cubs are going to get a couple of runs. Scott Feldman with a 2-run double.
Feldmania is alive at Wrigley Field.
He'd been 2 for 18 at the plate this season. Bottom of the 5th, Cubs giving Anthony Rizzo a 7-year deal, and here's why. The line shot homer to right. That's his 10th homer of the season already, and the Cubs lead 5-0. Meanwhile, Feldman showing why he deserves to stay in that rotation. 6 2/3 innings, just 7 hits, surrendering no runs. Struck out 6 Mets, including David Wright twice. Cubs got 3 more runs in the 8th, and the Wrigley faithful go home happy today. The final 8-2. Here's Feldman on today's outing.
Early in the game, I think, that's the mentality that we all have anyway, be aggressive and try to get some quick outs. I got myself into some trouble in the first couple innings, but was able to, right the ship there at the right time and make a pitch when I needed to. And then from there, after those first couple innings, guys were running down those balls in the outfield and making plays. Welly did a nice job behind the dish today. So, it was a team effort there.
We'll have more reaction from the United Center, where the Hawks get out-muscled in Game 2 and the Red Wings steal home ice advantage. The long wait is over. The Bears finalize a deal with their first-rounder and now have all their draft picks under contract. And the second leg of racing's Triple Crown is in the books. Could Derby winner Orb make it 2 in a row? Highlights from Pimlico up next.
Sportsnet Central on Comcast Sportsnet is presented to you by GMC. We are professional grade.
The GMC Terrain. Color touch sound system. Bluetooth connectivity.
Call Jen.
This is smart. OnStar app ready. The 2013 GMC Terrain. Over 100 standard features that make you more capable. That's professional grade.
Celebrate Memorial Day and lease this 2013 GMC Terrain SLE for around $199 per month.
Imagine if Jason Duffner played his game like T1 from the phone company, moving up to 66 times slower than Comcast Business. Par 4s would become par 400s. It would be the longest round of golf ever. Fortunately, Jason is more like Comcast Business, moving at speeds up to 100 megabits per second.
Switch to Comcast Business today. Call 800-501-6000. Don't wait.
All right, racers. Big Kitty's got this race today.
I don't think so. The Commander number 72 batted second, remember?
Number 3, no doubt about it.
Go. You guys know about Family Sundays? Tickets as low as $5. Parking is only $10. Kids get autographs and run the bases. And I beat you guys in a race every Sunday. You won the race?
What? Evidently.
Hey, keep your head up, big fella.
Everyone is looking for it. That momentum. That spark. That juice. For their business, their lives, their dreams. Well, here it is. First Midwest Bank. We're growing. We're local. We've got momentum. Want some? First Midwest Bank. Bank with momentum.
poked along by Zetterberg, and he's able to move ahead. Zetterberg drops it off. Filppula carries on. Crossover. Score! Filppula! It's 4-1. Final score. The same as in game 1, but a different winner.
Well, that escalated quickly. The Hawks had a 1-0 lead after 1, but the Wings scored 4 unanswered goals to beat the Hawks 4-1 in Game 2. The series resumes Monday in the Motor City. Chris Bowden has your press pass from the United Center.
It's the playoffs, where a couple days and a few adjustments gets teams to respond. And now it's the Blackhawks' turn.
We were disappointed that we didn't play the way we were capable of in Game 1. And so we went through it and had a look at it and just felt that if we do what we normally do, we'll be right here and it'll be a tight series and we'll have an opportunity. And, you know, good for us. It's a best of 5 now.
I liked our start. I thought the first 10 minutes of the game, the pace was probably the fastest any point throughout those 4 periods. And but we didn't sustain it. You know, we didn't do what we were hoping to do over the course of the last 50 minutes.
To their credit, they worked hard and battled and made some chances and capitalized on them.
The Wings turned the tables with rested legs and getting out of their zone more efficiently and limiting the Hawks to less than half the shots they took in the opener and getting more physical with the Hawks stars, especially their captain.
They're tougher on the puck, and there's a lot of hooking and holding, and you couldn't really go out there and skate with the puck. And we just got to be scrappier. We got to find a way to get through that stuff and get our way to find our way to the net. And we weren't really battling for position out there.
Well, I don't know about frustrated. That guy doesn't get very frustrated. He just competes. So, I don't concern myself with that. We try to give him no space. They got 4 elite forwards. They got lots of depth, but they got 4 guys that are all world, and you can't give them much room.
Nothing really seemed right for the Hawks all day. To the excitement of some, they won the hits total on the stat sheet, but it never really led to anything, as the Wings were in as much control on Saturday as the Hawks were in the opener on Wednesday night. And it gives this evolving Detroit team a shot in the arm as they head home with a series split, just as they did against Anaheim in round 1.
It's great. We're going home with a split. I know the people in Detroit are going to be raving and ready to go. But at the same time, our focus has to be one game at a time. And it was tonight, and it's got to carry over next game.
At the end of the day, it's one game, and I think both teams would be stupid if they thought they were going to come in here and either team was going to win 4 straight. So, it's a series. We knew it was going to be a battle. We have a lot of history with these guys, obviously, over the years and years and years and years and years playing these guys. So, we know it's going to be a hard series, a tough series, and we got to prepare better for Monday.
Covering the Blackhawks, Chris Bowden, Comcast Sportsnet.
Well, thank you, Chris. The Hawks were clearly outplayed in the final frame. The Wings outshot the Hawks 10-7 and scored 2 of their 4 goals in the 3rd period. Detroit was on the power play twice, and they also won 5 more faceoffs.
Time for a CSN score alert. LA Kings up 2-0 in their series against the Sharks. First period, Sharks on the power play and off the faceoff. The one-timer by Danny Boyle beats Jonathan Quick. Sharks up 1-0. Later, Kings turn it over. And it gets out to Tyler Toffoli, and game tied right now. 3rd period, it is 1-1.
I'm looking at the horse that won the Illinois Derby here at Hawthorne. I like Departing. He came out of the same race with Revolutionary, who won the Louisiana Derby. Revolutionary finished 3rd. Golden Soul came out of that race, finished 2nd in that race. So I think it's a live race. Departing was dominating at Hawthorne. So I'm going to look at Departing to beat Orb at the wire tomorrow, because I think he's going to get the jump on him.
So Eddie O predicted an upset. The odds for Departing were 6-1 entering today's Preakness. An overcast, windy day at Pimlico for the 138th running of the 2nd leg of racing's Triple Crown. The Kentucky Derby winner, Orb, came in with a 5-race win streak, and many expected him to dominate the field and set up the 13th Triple Crown attempt since affirmed 36 years ago. But you wouldn't even get your money back if you bet on Orb to win. He gets the start from the rail. Most of the race kept inside. It is Oxbow leading from the start around the last turn. It's My Lucky Day, tries to close the gap, but Gary Stevens and Oxbow will not let it happen.
Close the gap. My Loot on the far outside. Oxbow down to the 16th hole in front. It's My Lucky Day to the outside. Tries to catch him late, but it's Oxbow and Gary Stevens to win the Preakness in an upset over It's My Lucky Day. My Loot was there.
A wire-to-wire winner today. 15-1 were the odds. Oxbow wins the Preakness Stakes for a disappointing fourth.
Call the Jean.
The Den is filling up. With Friday night signing of first-rounder Kyle Long, the Bears now have all of their draft picks locked up. Long gets a 4-year deal worth more than $8.2 million. And tonight was the annual Bears Care Gala out at Soldier Field. Over the last 17 years, the event has granted over $10 million to support breast and ovarian cancer research, as well as treatment programs in the Chicago area. So